the cocoa. Never had to hold up the stove with the fofo. Never had the dough kicked in by the feds when I'm laying in the bed on the bread that I'm gon' blow. But I do know what it feel like to go to school with the knockoff shoes. Eating free lunch, trying to act all cool. Well, you better know that we paid our dues. Never would I trade that, cause it made me better. Could've made me bitter. Can't buy that struggle, can't name no figure. But it made me richer. Yeah, being broke made me rich. And being low made you quit. But being low made me high. Take time if you want this, let's go.
Being broke, then it's staying on sick, right? Do it for my folk, trying to get by. Came through the struggle with my head high. Being broke, then you know what it feel like. I said being broke made me rich. 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 Gotta keep the stove hot so it cook right. If everybody eating, that's a good night. Had to take a loss, so I took flight. Hard times made for a good life. I said being broke made me rich. Being broke made me rich. Being broke made me rich. Being broke made me rich.
Money may have made me richer, but the struggle got me richer than I ever been. Learn to hustle, use your muscle, learn to grind and keep your mind up on the future, man. We came out them trenches, government assistance in the beginning. Keep them cans for the pennies. We saving that grease after dinner. Now they counting all my pennies, counting all my figures, all up in my business, man. Now they watching what I'm spending, wonder what I got and wonder how I get it, man. I was ballin' for I had a dollar, being empty-handed made me stupid rich. Rich in loyalty, can't pay the lawyer fee, but it's all good, a squad pitching in.
Broke, then it's staying on sick, right? Do it for my folk, trying to get by. Came through the struggle with my head high. Being broke, then you know what it feel like. I said being broke made me rich. 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 Gotta keep the stove hot so it cook right. If everybody eating, that's a good night. Had to take a loss, so I took flight. Hard times made for a good life. I said being broke made me rich. Being broke made me rich. Being broke made me rich. Being broke made me rich.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
I've tasted hopelessness. I know what heartache is. But somehow through all of it, your love remains. I've lived through brokenness, feeling faceless. But I'm not anonymous, you know my name. Your word is a light unto my feet. Your love is my identity. All that matters is you make all things new. There's no disaster that you cannot undo. This world will fade and life will change. All of this is true, but all that matters is that I matter to you.
I suppose we should get going.
Let's go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy. Hi. Good morning. How are you today? Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Just read something about Avengers. Cool, man. Just so glad I'm here.
Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. We are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hello. Heyo. Live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. Go there, watch the show, hang out. Paul, good morning, buddy. Earl. Sean. Matthew on today. Emma. Garrett. Sarah. Good morning, everybody. Star 88 FM. Man, it's Thursday. Brad Nixon will be in. Yes. Chuck Durford live at 9 with Nate Heitzig. Yes. Oh man, how are you? Good.
I am fantastic.
Yeah.
Today is Avengers Endgame Day, so I mean,
I had a couple things for you. All right, listen.
What?
I would never spoil it, and I wouldn't spoil it for anybody else.
don't you do it, bro?
I know, but I saw this, and I'm curious. Do you think there's?
That's already been spoiled for me. If you're about to ask me if there's an end credit scene.
Oh. It's already been spoiled for you?
Yeah.
Gosh, you have no self-control whatsoever.
I literally just clicked on Yahoo to open. I have a thing every morning, and it literally was just spoiled for me.
Why? Why would you do it?
The title of the article, the headline on Yahoo, guys, is Why Avengers Endgame Doesn't Have an End Credit Scene.
Get off.
I'm like,
why aren't you?
Thanks, Internet.
Just
Actually,
stay
thanks,
off,
Internet,
bro.
because that saves me 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm just saying. All right, I'm sure you clicked on this one too.
no, I didn't click on anything.
Oh, how about
That's
this?
literally just a headline.
All right, I'm sure you've seen this though. When to take a pee break during the
never.
Avengers?
Never,
Oh.
never, bro. No,
What if Brody has to
I
go to the
didn't
bathroom?
click on it. No, because basically that's going to try and tell you like a down moment, and it's going to give a plot point away. Are you insane, man?
Do you want me to? Do you want me to?
No!
I'll review it and see if there's any spoilers and get
no,
back to you.
No.
All right.
Are you kidding? Like, there are so many trolls right now. I'm like really, really, really unhappy. Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, has been praising fans because April 16th, the plot points of the film leaked. And he's like, thank you guys for not doing that. And he released this thing yesterday saying he was thankful that Marvel fans were ignoring leaks and blah, blah, blah. And in retaliation, a group of hackers just released the film in its entirety online.
That's Satan himself.
I'm like,
jeez,
why?
that's just evil, man.
By the way, that headline about the no end credit scene still says that it's worth staying to the end. And I'm
Really?
like, gosh.
Oh,
But there's no end credit scene. I hate everything about it.
I haven't even read any of that. I just wanted to throw it at you first to see if you wanted me to
No.
look at anything because I
Don't.
don't care.
I know
if
you don't
anything's
care,
spoiled,
but to me
I don't
it's
care.
like makes me sad. Don't spoil anything for yourself.
Well, I'm fine. I'm not that invested. I'll love it either way. I
All
don't
right.
care.
In other Thanos news, did you hear that Joe Biden announced his 2020 White House run? Okay.
No, don't tell me anything.
What it?
Huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Did you see that though? That's actually real.
no, I know.
That's real.
I know it's real. It's just that's just kind of funny, right? I don't know.
Why is that funny?
Well, because he's like
He looks more like Red Skull.
he's gonna have. You think
Like he
you
doesn't
think
look like a
President
Thanos.
Trump has skeletons in his closet?
Yeah.
Well, just wait.
Yeah, think about it.
It's really weird because we're all like, it's going to be 2020, like diverse city. And the two big guys are going to be like two really old, crusty looking white dudes.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
But you know that the same people who were calling out President Trump for that very thing, like, oh, old white guy, we need like some young, hip minority. Oh, Joe Biden's running? No, he's got my vote. Like, come on.
Gosh. So do we get... No, I'm not getting into politics. Never mind. I'm going to stay out of it. You know, we don't talk politics on the show, right?
We don't. It was just, I mean, that's a big announcement.
It is, yeah, I
in
know.
our nation.
bye-bye now.
Okay.
There have been rumors, speculations, and last night he officially jumped into the field.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's been teasing that.
he said it's a battle for the soul of this nation.
Oh, what does that mean?
Dude.
Antichrist.
What? Why has it got to be? Oh, because he's a Democrat? bro?
Stealing the souls.
Huh?
Yeah, Democrats stealing
Okay.
the souls. Mark of the beast.
Stop it.
That's right.
Are you kidding me? Never mind. Mm-mm. Things to say.
Yeah, dude, we don't talk politics.
We don't.
But do you think we'll get the same thing we got with Obama
What do you
if
mean?
Joe wins?
Define the same thing.
Well, he was the vice president.
So?
You know, I mean, I feel like we're just kind of getting
No.
Obama.
That's
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Okay.
We don't
listen.
talk politics, okay?
Listen, bro.
Bye-bye now.
You and I are a team.
Yeah,
You had a different morning show without me.
yeah.
I had a different morning show without you.
Uh-huh.
But we're united, and so it's a different team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to go do your own thing, it would be different than if we were together. And if I went and did my own thing, it would be different than we were together. So I don't think it's fair to say that if we got him, it'd be the exact same as.
I'm like
as
Bernie
when he was like
Sanders,
that
and
team.
you're like, who would you be like?
I'm
Just gonna-
arrogant, obnoxious. I
Trump.
say everything that's
President
on my mind.
Trump. Yeah.
I didn't say
Okay,
that.
yeah.
I didn't say that.
There it is. Yeah. I'm Bernie Sanders. Feel that burn.
Because he's clueless about politics and just wants everybody to have the same amount of money.
That's right. And this is you.
Puerto Rico.
Gosh, I saw. I was watching
did
Anthony
we get here?
Anthony Bourdain,
Oh.
and he did a special on.
Puerto Rico.
Gosh, I didn't realize what a mess Puerto Rico is. I had no idea, man. They're like $75 billion in debt. You know, I guess, you know, we helped them get out of it and loaned them the money, but their economy is just terrible. And do you know, in
Puerto Rico.
they can't vote. I mean, it's kind of, it's like, we're like, you're part of the United States, but not really. Okay. They can fight in our war, but they can't vote.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad. Ugh.
Yeah.
You should watch it. I recommend it. It's a pretty good episode
All right.
if you want to learn about Puerto Rico.
All right.
But we don't talk politics, so we're going to move on.
Gosh.
Stop it. Just, if you see anything with an A at the beginning, just,
Yeah.
divert your eyes. Divert.
It's hard, especially with the morning show. We don't get to divert from all the news headlines because they just pour in. So.
Good morning. Good morning. We're live on YouTube. Good morning,
We
everybody.
are. Hello.
Oh, let's see. Man, I got a tummy ache. Do you have a tummy ache? Will you rub
no.
my belly?
Yeah. Do you want some good news?
Yes, I like it.
Okay.
Of course I do.
All right. When thinking about video games,
Mm-hmm.
all-time greats.
Mario.
Okay. You're on
Yeah.
the right track.
Of course, Metroid.
Okay.
Mike Tyson's Punch
Stick
Out.
to Mario.
Oh, Mario.
What are some of Mario's greatest moments?
Greatest moments?
Yeah, what
Well,
would
I
you
mean, when
say?
he saves the princess after
No,
each
okay,
level.
sorry. Video game-wise,
Oh,
just really trying to get some help here.
okay. All right. Go ahead. Yes.
What would you say is one of the most iconic video games of all time?
Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. What would you say if Nintendo was like, hey, man, remember that Mario guy?
Mm-hmm.
What if we put him in a cart?
Like Super Mario Kart?
You remember Super Mario Kart?
I want to
Yeah.
play Mario Kart with my friends.
Okay. Thought that was the theme song. Never
Are you
mind.
ready for this?
Yes, go ahead.
Nintendo has made a long-delayed announcement that everybody has been anticipating. How many of you guys miss playing Mario Kart?
Yeah, I mean, that was one of my favorites.
What
for
if
sure.
what if it were the future and you could just pull out your snazzy phone and play Mario Kart on your phone?
Shut up. Don't tease me like that, dude.
Nintendo announced
Don't you do it, dude.
Mario Kart Tour.
No way.
Why, yes, I'm totally serious.
When?
There is a closed beta test sneak peek, which will be available in the US and Japan May 22nd to June 4th. Oh, man. There's a QR code actually on the official Mario Kart Tour website. So all of you people, if you are losing your minds right now, especially if you're an Android fan, because the sneak preview is going to kick off for Android first, oddly enough. If you head on over to Mario Kart Tour website, you can sign up using this QR code. And yeah, scheduled to release summer 2019, the same time as Dr. Mario.
Dr. Mario?
Nintendo's releasing a bunch of old games.
Wait, I don't remember Dr. Mario.
How do you not remember Dr. Mario?
I gotta look this up.
It was like Tetris, but with Mario and pills.
It was on
It
64?
was really, when I was a child, it was how I learned
I never
which
got that.
pills to take
Is
at
that-
what time.
Seriously?
Yeah, the
I
yellow
never
and
played
yellow
this.
pill was speed. I'm just kidding. You don't remember Dr. Mario?
I remember seeing it, but I never owned it. I never got it.
I played the tar out
Really?
of Dr. Mario.
Huh.
Yeah.
It was on the 64, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I never played this. I just was like, Dr. Mario, get out of here.
I feel kind of bad for consoles. Like, if you grew up playing video games, I was that kid. I played a lot of video games. I can't remember the last time I even, like, turned on my PlayStation or, like, Xbox, whatever. Because I'm just playing on my phone these days.
Yeah.
And apparently Nintendo's the only one that's, like, taking note of that because, man, Dr. Mario's releasing this summer. They announced yesterday Mario Kart Tour, which is very exciting.
What was the,
Look at this. Look, closed beta.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
I will say this, what makes me really, really sad is Android is the exclusive device that you can test the beta on. That's it. You can beta test Mario Kart, but not on iOS.
Well, I remember how excited I was when Super Mario Run came out.
Yes.
And I dabbled with it for, I don't know, a month.
I beat the whole thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
I gave up. Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. Mario Kart Tour coming summer 2019. So all you old school Mario Karters. Festizio. I will pay whatever they want.
You know, it's actually a pretty good one that's free in the App Store is the it's a ripoff of Mario Kart, but it's the Angry Birds kart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun.
On your phone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Pretty good. I played that one for a long time.
Dento's screaming out for GoldenEye. He wants GoldenEye.
Gosh, my friends and I played that.
Yes.
That's
That was
all
a
we
jam.
did.
Sarah said she used to play that at her grandpa's house. Dr. Mario.
I never got into Dr. Mario. Wow.
Jean says get the Super NES Classic. Oh, we have it. We do have. But the funny thing is I bought it thinking the boys would love this. They still just play their app games.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
All right, everybody. We got to take a quick break. Good morning. Welcome to the show, everybody. We're live on YouTube at Star 88 FM. We got Brian Nixon coming up at 7. We'll go back in history on this day. And at 9 a.m., we have Pastor Nate Heights and Chuck Deputy Live. Get your questions in. We'll be right back. Hang out.
This is a fresh thought. Listen up to Levi Lusko.
Christ is his title. Jesus is his name. And it was actually the name God picked for his son when he was born into this world. In Matthew's Gospel, chapter 1, verse 21, speaking to Joseph, the angel Gabriel said, and she, Mary, will bring forth a son. Because he was getting ready to divorce this chick, man. I mean, they were betrothed, but in that day you had to have a form of divorce to cancel an engagement. Or our version is called engagement. They called it being betrothed. But you had to go through a divorce to break that off. And he was getting ready to do so, but the angel's like, no, it's good. She wasn't cheating on you, bro. This was actually God's doing, and you should be his adopted father. She'll bring forth the son, and you need to call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. Now that's a pun and it speaks to the destiny of Jesus.
For more fresh thoughts, go to LeviLusco.com. A Star 88 Supernova. Here's Rick Warren.
Now, I hate to tell you this, but you're not taking your car to heaven with you. You're not taking your car. And you're not going to take your condo to heaven with you. And you're not going to take your couch to heaven with you. And you're not going to take your clothes to heaven with you. And you're not going to take your china to heaven with you. You are going to take your character, what you are. So God says, use some of your money to invest in something that's going to heaven so you store up treasure in heaven. None of those other things are going. So he says, invest in yourself for spiritual growth. Now you see, what we like to do, we like to use our money to invest in comfort. But God says, no, invest in character. Because character is what you're going to have the rest of eternity.
Catch Rick Warren's Daily Hope on KKT 107.1 weekdays at 7:30 a.m.
Had you on my mind, I had a little time. I know we kinda overdue. Turning back the pages to our younger days, yeah, I can still imagine you. Booming like the thunder, chasing life with wonder. We fire that could light a room. Bottom kind of fell out, waited for the rebound, but you never made a move. When life cuts so deep, try and remember you. You're not alone. We've all been there. Scars don't live in you. You're not alone. We've all been there. Oh, so lift your head, lift your head, lift your head to where your help comes from. Yeah, you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come and live in. Life ain't got no sequel. We all broken people. The only road to found is lost. Oversimplifying, ain't no shame in trying. Passion never counts the cost. Now you won't take my phone calls, you won't text me back at all. I just wanna see you, I can't stand to see you go. Yesterday I missed you, yesterday I played your song. I'm oversimplifying, I'm oversimplifying. Life cuts so deep. Try and remember you, you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come to live in you. You're not alone. We've all been there. Oh, so lift your head, lift your head, lift your head to where your help comes from. Yeah, you're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come and live in us. It doesn't matter who you are. This world gon' leave some battle scars. It doesn't matter who you are. This world gon' leave some battle scars. You're not alone. We've all been there. Scars come with living you. You're not alone. You're not alone. So lift your head. Doesn't matter who you are. This world gon' leave some battle scars.
What if you're sick of those scars, man? Like, what if you just are ready to just not have scars anymore? Is this mic on? Toby Mac on Star 88, 6:30.
High today of 76 degrees.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's the Morning Invasion.
A lot of exclusives.
That's right. With Dax and Steve-O.
Scars are cool, dude. Scars are cool. That's right. Good morning. Hello. Hello, everyone. Whoa, hey.
Well, I lost my dad so young, and it gave me a scar. And then I fell off a swing, and I got another scar from hitting a rock. So it's like, does it really even matter what kind of scar it is? Although emotional scars don't look cool on your body. Cause there was like that lion, and he had a scar through his eye, and they called him Scar. Yeah, they called him Scar. Cause those are cool, cause they're physical scars, but emotional scars are cool.
Beautiful. Woo! That was a beautiful song.
That song is called Emotional Scars.
Emotional Scars? Okay. Cut me right now. Give me a scar. Cut me. Just kidding. Don't do that.
Dude, when I was a kid, I thought scars were the coolest, and I wanted one so badly. I actually have a giant scar across my right leg.
Really?
But nobody can see it, so it's not cool.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to make up like yeah, man, I got in a knife fight. But really, I was playing in a construction area, and I fell from like the second story.
That's still pretty cool, man.
No. Onto the first. It was like Derek Mitchell, my dear friend. We were all like playing in a house in Four Hills that wasn't finished being constructed yet.
He
so
finally
it was
had
kind of
enough
like,
of your
and he threw
bullying.
me. He threw me off. No, nothing like that. I literally fell, and boom, when I landed, my right leg really, really hurt.
Oh, gosh.
And I didn't recognize, and so I immediately tried to get up, but what I didn't know was there was a nail in my leg.
Oh, my gosh.
And so when I got up, it went,
oh.
Yeah. So I have like this giant scar across my leg.
That's cool.
No.
I mean,
it's not really that cool.
Yeah, but a scar's a scar,
Tetanus
dude.
shots and yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, man, I almost got murdered yesterday. I haven't told you this. I haven't told you what happened to me yesterday.
That you almost got murdered?
Yeah, I almost got murdered by a werewolf. Yeah.
Tell me more.
So there I was on my run, going down the arroyo. So I go down Osuna to the arroyo, and
Were
then
you running?
Yeah, I was running.
Okay, I'm
dude.
just trying to like.
And then I was heading north down the arroyo towards Paseo and Alameda, over by Balloon Fiesta. I look over, and I'm about 4 miles into my run, so I'm
You don't even know where you are.
tired.
At this point. Yeah.
You know, I got to run 4 miles back still. Well, I look over across the arroyo, and I see this person. I'm so mad at myself. I didn't record this because this guy was holding a machete, a sword, a knife of something, and he was screaming and yelling and stabbing the ground. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm still mad at myself I didn't record it, but I was just watching this guy going, okay, obviously probably schizophrenic, definitely looked homeless, also looked like a werewolf. So I'm running, and I'm like, okay, there's a bridge coming up. And usually I go across the bridge to the other side, but I'm like, if I go across the bridge, I'm going to run into this guy. I should have turned around at that moment instead of I just kept running to the bridge. And I'm like, well, I'll get to the bridge fast. This guy was power walking, stabbing the ground. Like he was almost running just as fast as I was, but he was like walking while stabbing the ground, yelling. So I'm sitting there going, I'll just get to the bridge, and then I'll turn around and go back. There's no way he'll catch me. I get to the bridge. At that point, he's like coming to the bridge, so he's on the other end. So I just start running back. I look behind me, and he's gaining ground on me. Like he's like getting closer to me.
I'm still waiting for the moment where you're like, so I pulled out my cell phone and called the police.
So I'm like, I better start. I'm like 4 miles in and I'm tired. I'm like, I better pick up the pace. This guy's gaining ground on me.
Yeah.
So I did. I picked up the pace. And I got that really eerie feeling of, if this guy's nuts, he probably has super strength, you know? He probably can run fast. He's got he's going to be stronger than me. Plus, he's got like a weapon. So I'm like booking it, right? I look back again. He's getting closer to me.
You were clearly gassed.
Turned the jets on and ran faster.
Wait, did you just say you literally turned the jets on?
Yeah, I turned those jets
so
on,
that
dude.
means
Yes.
you had actual jets.
Yes, I had jet propulsion.
That you turned on.
Yes.
Because if you're going to use the word literally, that meant that's actually
I do. I have jet powers.
absolutely what you
I
did.
have jet powers.
You literally
Yes,
turned the jets
I
on.
did. I actually went to my
I
iPhone
don't
and
wanna
turned
call
on.
you out in the
I
middle
was
of your
like, let's
story.
do this. Come on, man. Come on. I'll hit the brakes. You'll fly right by. Whoa. Yeah, I puked. I did. I puked. I was so tired, guys.
So, okay, you literally turned the jets on.
I did.
Now you're going Mach 7.
Yeah, at least. The guy's gaining on me. He's running towards me now with a weapon. So I had a moment where I think I need to turn around and fight this dude. Like I might have to just face this guy instead of, but I'm all tired. And this guy's clearly nuts. So I'm like, I could jump into the arroyo, but he's just going to follow me down in there. Or I could jump down this hill where there's cactus and roll down the mountain towards someone's home, but he's just gonna follow me.
Yeah.
No joke. He was getting closer, and I was ready to turn around and fight this dude. And he veered left, Steve-O, and went down the hill. And I have never been so excited. I was like, Lord, you are with me.
There was still a crazy under a bridge with a weapon. You didn't call the cops?
Well, I mean, he didn't attack me. I mean, he just was crazy.
Yeah, I know.
The Lord clearly saved me. Yeah, he was a skinwalker, Dinto. I think he was. He looked like a werewolf. It was the scariest thing ever, man.
Gosh.
I think I'm done running.
Paul says, so what you're saying is the guy I hired to motivate you to run better did his job.
Wow, thanks, Paul. Seriously?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
We're just wanting to motivate you, help you out, you know.
Gosh, man.
Accountability. Because we know you post all those screenshots like 8 miles, guys, and it's like, how many of those were in your car?
I mean, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, sure.
In my car.
Yeah,
I jump in my car.
App, and then you just circle a parking lot a bunch, and you're like, whoo, guys, I did 12.7 miles today.
Well, I mean, that doesn't work that way, Steve-O.
I mean,
doesn't pick up because
sure.
clearly. All right, let's go back to a day I didn't run. All right. Okay, so I've 0.14 just today. I drove from my house to here. How many miles is that? It doesn't work that way.
I just thought it was like maybe so it knows when you're running.
Yeah, it knows when you're running, does it? But it doesn't pick up when you're in a car. It somehow knows that you're in a car.
What was that? What were you looking at? I want to.
That's the health
start
app.
running.
People all the time.
There's a health app.
Yeah, it's the Apple Health app. It's called Health, and it's on every
I don't know
Apple
if I've
phone.
ever opened it. Oh, look.
Yeah, it can it goes into
Should I
your
set
Apple
up a
Watch.
regular rhythm notifications for my watch?
Yeah, you can put in everything, all your health stuff. Okay, fine. But it tracks how much you walk, your steps, how many floors you've done. It's
Do
but
you
it's only
share
on
this
the,
with Apple? Do you want to improve health and activity?
Well, yeah, that's how you do it.
But you allow your stuff to be shared with Apple so they know?
Yeah, dude. Just say allow.
Oh, okay.
Like yesterday, look. Flights, I climbed 6 floors.
Okay.
I walked and ran 8.5 miles, and I took 17,514 steps. That was just yesterday.
Dude, look, I got a sleep analysis. Do you have a sleep analysis?
Yeah.
Oh.
And then the day before, I didn't go for a run, and I just did 1.8 miles.
How many
That's
steps
how much
did
I
you
just
do
cruised
yesterday?
around. 17,500.
Oh my gosh.
How many did
Okay,
you do?
9,000.
Yeah, see, I ran yesterday. I ran
But
8 miles.
walking and running distance, I did 4.6 miles.
Wow, you walked a lot.
I
Dang,
guess.
dude.
I had a
That's pretty
big
good.
day. I had a meeting with New Mexico United yesterday, guys. Went really well.
See, the day before I didn't run, and I only like walked. See, that's how lazy I am when I don't run. I only did 1.8 miles.
I did 3.9 the day before.
Dang, you're like a
Day before that, I did 4.3.
what?
5.4 on
Whoa,
Sunday.
man!
I don't run. Maybe that's why I'm fit. I
Yeah.
don't recognize that I just walk.
Here's another one on Sunday. We had a Easter sunrise.
Yeah.
1.1 miles.
5.4.
What?
On Easter.
So then, day before that, I ran, and it was 7.8 miles.
That's weird. The day before that, I didn't do anything. It's 3.6 miles.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I ran 10 miles on the 17th.
10 miles on this. Let's see what I
Yeah.
did on the 17th. 3.6 miles.
Wow,
just
I
sitting
crushed you,
around.
dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know
Man,
I'm
it
fine.
seems like I'm healthy.
The werewolf didn't get me, but there is a werewolf or a troll that lives under a bridge in between Alameda and Paseo
Dope.
in the Arroyo. So be careful. Okay.
Okay.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Get ready for some truth from Jensen Franklin on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
Great grace only comes after great mistakes. The greater the mistake, the greater God's grace comes to every one of us. I didn't come with any bad news today. If you're waiting on it, you ain't gonna get it today. All I came with is great grace. You may have made a mistake, but you are not one. You gotta let that sink down into your soul when the enemy's beating your brains out, telling you're trash, you're stupid, you're nothing. How could you be so dumb? How could you mess your life up so bad? You may have made a mistake, but you are not one. You may have failed, but you are not a failure. You may be down, but down is not your destiny. God still has a plan and a purpose and a great thing that he's going to do because he's got great grace for great mistakes.
That's Jensen Franklin on Star 88 with a PowerPoint.
Put your hands in the air for
Campeón.
Yeah, Southside, Southside, arriba, campeón. Oh yeah, singing my song. Arriba, campeón. Lonely the champ.
I do it for the culture, I take it global. I've been moreno, papi loco since 88. I like dance on the low, it's in my torso. I got fire like some cochos, get in my ojos. Okay, okay, we don't walk away, Imago Day, no way am I gon' leave. Oh no, not today, do not behave when blood is on the lead. Weep before you speak, though. Think before you eat. How you love a country food more than its people. Cause I think you hide behind your politics. You do not want answers, you want arguments. Okay, yes, I love the kingdom more than I love my nation. Yeah, yes, I love my neighbor more than I love his papers. Okay, okay, stop, still alive. We thrive, we don't, do not die. Coming live from the Citadel, I was made alive in the big jail when Washington fell, still hit a Denzel. Love, till we live well, we gon' play the role real well. Long live the champion. Down, arriba, campeón. One time for the South Side. Arriba, campeón. Oh yeah. Singing my song. Arriba, campeón. Arriba, campeón.
ENC se unió con el KB, buscando mi franquicia como KD. Un saludo a los boricuas en el Navy. Representaron latinos, hizo KB. Nos hicimos bajo el sol, baños de sudor. Laboramos todos los días, aunque hubo dolor. Lo negativo no nos mata, nos hace mejor. Nuestra fuerza no depende del alrededor. Cuba, Chile, Nicaragua, Argentina y Bolivia. Latinos somos ya familia, unidos como nos dice la Biblia. Quiero que la gente me suba las manos bien altas para el techo. Y si tú eres latino y no te avergüenzas, pues date dos puños bien duros para el pecho.
I done met the bravest, what they still sing when they living through the anguish. Never be famous when you got a smile for your kids when you know that they in danger. You feel anger, Puerto Rico, many bodies never claimed you. And when you look into your neighbor and you get hatred, but they be back on vacation. But the people still make it, they will never break it. Cause we're dealing on with the grace here, being amazed here. Spend a couple days here, see the courageous people that you don't want to migrate here. I really want to have the gospel for the nations. Cause I see sheep when you say your heart watchful, homie, I see eat. When I see weak, I pray to God, I see me. Come on. One time for the sauce. Arriba, campeón. Oh, yeah. Singing my song. Arriba, campeón. Arriba, campeón. Arriba, campeón. One time for the sauce. Arriba, campeón. Oh, yeah. Singing my song. Arriba, campeón. Arriba, campeón. All in the champions. We wanna live, let the light in. I know that you're tired, mommy, you're a fighter. We just wanna live, I cannot forget. As long as I live, I'll be standing right here. We just wanna live, let the light in. Oh, he's alive, you were not forgotten. Yeah, we just wanna live, let the light in. Trouble won't last, but the word will, baby, we just gotta live. I gotta chill, keep your head high, hold on to the promise. Baby, for the kids, show what love is. Come on, weak and the broken. Our God is, oh, we just wanna live. Let it rock on that. Come on, weak and the broken.
Will the mix. KB.
Arriba, campeón.
Long live the champion. I like that song, man.
Me too.
I dance all the time to that song.
KB, bro.
That's right. If you don't go to YouTube, you can't watch my sweet moves, my skills, you know?
We're
Right?
broadcasting live.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
6:47.
High today of 78 degrees.
What's going on in the news today?
Alarming new numbers in the measles outbreak.
The CDC confirms there are more than 650 cases in the U.S.
We've located what we believe to be the body of Andrew A.J. Friend.
He was reported missing by his parents nearly a week ago.
Both parents have been charged with first-degree murder.
The president vows to fight Congress in court.
We're fighting all the subpoenas. I say it's enough.
Deadly storm system sweeping across several states, bringing flash floods and water rescues.
A man in the San Francisco Bay Area is accused of intentionally plowing his car into a crowd.
Luke Walton, the former coach of the L.A. Lakers and brand new coach of the Sacramento Kings, accused of sexually assaulting a sports reporter.
James Holzhauer has done it again.
15-day total of $1,135,175.
He's done it again, guys. Gosh. James dominates. Do you watch? I still didn't watch.
Still didn't watch. Yeah.
See, I didn't watch.
What day is that song to?
Rebecca Black went viral with this song. James.
What is Friday?
Friday, correct.
Song 16?
Boomtown Rats song, in which I want to shoot the whole day down. James.
What is I Don't Like Mondays?
Yeah.
Song 12?
Sam Cooke faced another one. James.
What is Saturday night?
Yes.
Wow.
Song 8?
There's many lost, but tell me who has won, asks this U2 song. James again.
What is Sunday Bloody Sunday?
Yeah, dang it.
The whole, like, you know, because you can hear, like, is that him or do you think it's everybody else? Just like trying
Like,
to.
I just want to answer one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I didn't watch.
I didn't watch either. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. We got Brian Nixon coming up at 7 with 3 degrees. We'll go back in history on this day, find out what happened. Lots of knowledge, and just beautiful information for your brain coming up. We'll feed your brain coming up at 7. 9 o'clock. It's Shock Therapy Live. So maybe you're struggling with something in your life. Maybe it's relationship or. Yeah, maybe you're struggling with, your relationship with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
We all struggle, and that's why we do Shock Therapy Live. So you can be anonymous, but you can also just be real and tell us what's going on, so we can talk about it, tackle it, try to help you.
Yeah,
we've helped so far 1.4 million people.
Wow.
Yeah,
that number grows every day.
It does every day. I might have exaggerated that number a little.
That was 1.23.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm sorry.
That's okay. It happens. We'll get to 1.4 soon.
I have a good news story I want to share before we hit 3 degrees.
Okay.
And I shared this yesterday on my Facebook page. 'Cause,
I haven't been on Facebook since Monday, buddy.
Oh, really?
I really haven't.
Oh, that's why you haven't liked any of my stuff. I was wondering.
Avengers Endgame, bro. I really haven't. So I'm sorry if anybody's tried to message me or anything. Like,
I
shared anything.
look who likes my stuff.
Nope.
And I always see, okay, my close friends, if they like my stuff, oh, they haven't. Okay, well.
I have not been on since Monday. Like I won't.
I won't like
don't
your
even.
stuff then.
I don't even want to go on Instagram. Like I don't want anything ruined, man. I care.
All right. Well, this is a pretty incredible story, and I hope it inspires you guys out there to look out for situations like this. There was a guy named Jamario. I hope I nailed that. Gosh,
His name's Jamario.
Jamario Howard.
Oh, super. Jamario.
Jamario Howard.
Uh-huh.
Jamario was at a barbecue joint in Oxford, Alabama last week.
Sure.
He was with his, 2 of his friends. They all look like they're in their 20s or early 30s. Well, Jamario, as they were sitting down at their table, looked over and saw this elderly lady at another table. And she was eating dinner by herself.
Oh, dude, don't give me this story. Why was she alone?
Jamario went over, asked if he could sit with her. Found out her name is Eleanor. Eleanor started to tell Jamario about her life and how her husband had passed away.
Oh, gosh.
And that tomorrow would have been their 60th anniversary. So at that point, Jamario decided, hey, you want to come over and sit at our table and have dinner with us? Well, Eleanor got excited. Well, there a photo. Somebody, probably the waitress, I guess, took a photo of them, the 4 of them sitting together. And, of course, it got posted online, and it's just went viral. Jamario says he just thought about how he'd hate if he'd had to eat alone. And he hopes it inspires more people to do something kind, adding, you never know what other people are going through. Gosh, what a beautiful lady. Oh, can you imagine? Oh, gosh. See, I understand why sometimes people, don't want to make the commitment. Because in the end, you're just going to lose that one you love and be all alone like Eleanor. Am I right?
I hate everything about that.
Am I right?
Can I just tell you right now, yesterday, I went after work. I ended up going down to Astro Zombies and
I don't want to be alone.
Talk with Mike, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I had a meeting with our soccer club, but I still had like an hour, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So I was in the university area, and I ended up eating alone. I'll tell you right now, if somebody had walked over to my table, because they saw me eating alone and was like,
I would have
hey,
walked over.
man, mind if I sit down? I'd be like, yeah, dude, why are you sitting at my table? What is wrong with you?
Wow.
Just let me eat in peace.
Oh, wow.
I'm weird. I like eating alone. I like watching movies alone. Just let me be alone.
No, dude. Nobody should ever be alone.
Yeah, but what if you want to be alone?
You don't really want to be alone.
Like, it was like, I just thought about how I would hate it, and I'm like, oh, you selfish jerk.
Oh.
It's all about you, Jamario.
My stomach hurts right now.
What if we just want to be alone?
For as long as I live,
I will always be the place you belong.
Do you know the
Here
words?
beside me, heart and soul. Baby, you only.
Why do you even have this song if you don't know the words?
And I promise you now, you won't ever be lonely. That's what I
man.
would sing to you, bro. I'd sing that to you.
But just because you're alone doesn't mean you're lonely.
You're lonely, dude. You're
I'm
a lonely
not
girl is what you
lonely.
are. Lonely girl. Lonely girl.
I just
No, you don't. No one likes to be alone.
I actually do.
I was alone in my bed last night, and it was awful. I cried while I was in the fetal position in my bed alone.
Okay.
I am lonely now. Am I right, people? Can I get an amen from all the lonelies out there?
Oh my gosh.
Pray for Eleanor, man. Would have been her 60th anniversary. Oh. I'm going to puke. I don't feel good. Yeah. It's me, owner of a lonely heart. Well, it's an incredible story. Here's this guy named Chamario. His name is awesome. And he's got a couple buds. They're eating barbecue, and they look over and they see Eleanor. And I'm like, you know what? She's lonely. Come eat with us. Come on. You know what that did for Eleanor? That gave her one more day.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't got an update yet. I don't know.
Somebody said, why did you do this, Tex? I was having a happy morning. I woke up, didn't even have to touch my hair because my pillow styled it perfectly for me. Then you go and tell us this sad story, and now I feel lonely.
It's supposed to be a good story.
Speaking of good stories, coming up, I mean, we can't do this in the 7 o'clock hour because Phoenix. But have you seen this story?
No.
Okay.
8 o'clock, we have to tackle that.
Yeah, dude. My son Jack Jeter just sent it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he goes, hey, man, have you talked about the woman in the coma for 30 years? Think back 30 years.
Yeah, I was 9. And what's up, Jack Jeter?
Yeah.
You cut your hair off?
All of his hair. That's what he wanted to do. Nobody, it was like, hey, man, you do you. And he was like, I kind of want to do this. And it was like, do it.
Jeez.
He cut his beautiful curls.
Oh, my gosh. I bet the ladies are freaking out at school.
Probably, but
You
that's
know?
just because now it's all styled and he looks even better. I'm like, great.
Okay.
Can't win.
That is true. No matter what, he's going to look great.
The year was 1991. Woman was 32 years old, and she fell into a coma.
Oh, my gosh.
Think about 1991 and technology and the world and culture and everything.
Was she married?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. So the guy that she's married to is now lonely.
She had just picked up her 4-year-old son from school, and she was in a car accident.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
fell into a coma.
Nope, I'm
in
done.
1991.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I can't. I got to go. We'll tackle that at 8. We'll be right back. 3 Degrees is next.
Here's Skip Heitzig with a word about Calvary College.
I'm thrilled to invite you to take your life's purpose to a whole new level with a degree in biblical studies from Calvary College. We have retooled our School of Ministry into an associate degree program, and it all happens right here on campus. Calvary College instructors are theologians who are passionate about the text of the Bible. And our curriculum trains students to study the Bible academically, think about it critically, and serve God practically. Classes are evening only, and you have the option to attend full or part-time. If you've always wanted to learn more about God and His Word in an academic environment, visit calvaryabq.college. Applications for the upcoming academic year are due by August 16th.
Get more information about Calvary College at calvaryabq.college. That's calvaryabq.college.
Whether at home or the workplace, we're all leaders. Become a better leader in this leadership moment with Craig Rochelle.
Anytime you lead with something new, you're creating a new initiative, you're changing something, you're going to have 3 groups of people. You're going to have the critics, the bystanders, and the advocates. Critics are the loudest. Just because they're the loudest does not mean they're the most. I like what Babe Ruth said. Babe Ruth said, the loudest boos come from the cheapest seats. What does the why do? The why disarms the critics, the why educates the bystanders, and the why empowers the advocates. When you tell them why, this disarms the critics, and they might say, a reasonable critic might say, oh, well, that actually makes sense. It educates the bystanders. If there's someone kind of neutral, like, oh, well, I can see why we should do this. And then it takes your advocates and it gives them the power to help tell the story of the why behind your change, and suddenly we can make very positive progress.
That was Craig Rochelle on a Star 88 Leadership Moment. Hear more at life.church/leadership podcast. This is Star 88 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at star88.fm.
Feels like we're on the edge right now. I wish that I could say I'm proud. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down. All these voices in my head get loud. I wish that I could shut them out. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down.
Yeah, I guess I'm a disappointment. Doing everything I can, I don't wanna make you disappointed. It's annoying. I just wanna make you feel like everything I ever did was never trying to make an issue for you. But I guess the more you thought about everything, you were never even wrong in the first place, right? Yeah, I'ma just ignore you, walking towards you. With my head down, looking at the ground, I'm embarrassed for you. Paranoia. What did I do wrong this time? That's parents for you. Very loyal. Should I have my back? Would you put a knife in my hands? For what else should I carry for you? I care for you, but on the edge right now. I wish that I could say I'm proud. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down. All these voices in my head get loud. I wish that I could shut them out. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down. Yeah. You don't wanna make this work, you just wanna make this worse. Want me to listen to you, but you don't ever hear my words. You don't wanna know my hurt yet. Let me guess, you want an apology, probably. How can we keep going at a rate like this? We can't, so I guess I might have to leave. Please don't come after me. I just wanna be alone right now. I don't really wanna think it all. Go ahead, just drink it all. Both know you're gonna call them on like nothing's wrong. Ain't that what you always do? I feel like every time I talk to you, you're in an awful mood. What else can I offer you? There's nothing left right now. Give it all to you. I wish that I could say I'm proud. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down. All these voices in my head get loud. I wish that I could shut them out. I'm sorry that I let you down. Let you down. Yeah. Don't talk down to me, that's not gonna work now. Packed all my clothes and I moved out. I don't even wanna go to your house. Every time I sit on that couch, I feel like you lecture me. Eventually, I bet that we could've made this work and probably would've figured things out. But I guess I'm a letdown, but it's cool, I checked out. Oh, you wanna be friends now? Okay, let's put my fake face on and pretend now. Sit around and talk about the good times. That didn't even happen. I mean, why are you laughing? Must've missed that joke, let me see if I can find a reaction. No, but at least you're happy. Feels like we're on the edge right now. I can say I'm proud. Sorry that I let you down. Oh, I let you down. All these voices in my head get loud, and I wish that I could shut them out. Sorry that I let you down. Oh, I let you down. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I let you down.
I'm sorry, Brian. I let you down, dude.
Dex, you never let me down.
Thanks, man. NF on Star 88, 704.
High today of 78 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
And Brian Nixon, it's 3 degrees. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Dex. Good morning, Steve-O. Great to be with you guys as normal.
Yeah. How are you? You feeling okay?
Yeah, doing good. You know, other than some arthritis in the shoulders and neck, you know, I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
I guess you are doing good because you are like, follower of Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
Because doing good's actually poor grammar.
Yeah.
You're doing well.
I'm doing well. I am doing well.
But I guess you are doing good.
I am doing well and good and
Good call, sir.
All the other stuff.
Good.
You know how that is, gents.
Good.
You know there's a game tomorrow night, Steve-O, right?
Are you going?
New Mexico. I think I am, yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know, my parents have had kind of a little, some health setbacks. So those of you out there listening, pray for my parents. But my dad's out of the hospital, back at home, and so we should be there though. There's a lot going on this weekend, guys.
Yeah.
There's a game on Friday night.
Yeah.
The Gathering of Nations is Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the New Mexico Philharmonic is Sunday.
Wow.
I mean, guys, there's something at 516 Arts tonight.
Wow.
On journalism and the arts.
Man, this is like your week, man.
Bro, there's so much going on.
So much art, guys.
There's so much art.
much.
But the thing is, you guys, New Mexico, a lot of people complain about New Mexico and say, dude, there's nothing ever to do.
There's not.
The reality is there's always something to do.
You're uncultured.
Yeah, there's always something. And here's the crazy thing.
Yeah.
A lot of it's free.
Yeah.
A lot of it's free. Just go out there. Ooh, James Brown.
Yeah.
Drop it.
I feel good.
Yeah.
This is your theme song, man.
There it is. That's it. That's it. Good old James. So, guys, today's April 25th, and we have some events, some birthdays.
I like it.
Some deaths to cover. And Steve-O has a poem. Now, this poem is going to be a little longer than
Is it
normal.
about a dead dad? Because you're a jerk. Okay, cool.
No.
What year did this poem come out?
Well, this one came out in the 1600s.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you have to read it all because it is one of the most famous poems written during that period. And this guy, who we're going to be discussing a little bit later, who happened to die on this day, he was the premier poet in England in the 1700s. So anyway, let's get this started. This day, April 25th in 1507. You ready for this?
Ready.
Yeah.
A German map maker first uses the word America on the world map.
No
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So 1507, we kind of became official in that he put America on the map.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. 1507, bro.
Well, why? Like, did he essentially? Who named America then?
Well, they named it the Americas after America Vespucci, right? The Italian guy.
You look at me like I actually know
So
this.
a lot
you know
a lot
what
of
America's named after?
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
a lot of explorers had already come to the shores by this time. Of course, Christopher Columbus discovered the outskirts of Americas.
Yeah.
And a lot of people.
Magellan, Kate, Leopold.
You got it. All those guys.
All of them.
They all showed up on the scene and went back to Europe, and a German map maker put Americas on the map.
That's beautiful. That's a symbol of American strength.
So 1507, guys. 1507 is when we became official.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Even is cool. In 1607, 100 years later, when all the British started to descend upon the shores, Captain
the Mills
Edward
family.
That's right. Captain Edward Winfield was named the president of the Jamestown Council.
Oh.
So, the British wanted to do things every proper and in order.
Yeah.
So they had to appoint, the president of their little, colony in Jamestown. And that was Edward Winfield. And it was on this day he was appointed president.
Did you know Jason Mills was a dirty redcoat?
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever really heard his family history? Because
Yeah.
for real, it's crazy.
Yeah, Jason Mills has some crazy, he drops some history.
Yeah, he does.
Mm-hmm.
We want to get you guys in a room to just wax poetic.
Wax poetic about our historical roots.
Man.
All right, on this day in 1719, Daniel Defoe publishes Robinson Crusoe.
Oh, I love that movie.
Come on, made into a movie, books, you know it. Okay, you ready for this
Yes.
one? Here it is. This one's a little bit gross, but it is what it is.
A little bit gross.
On this day in 1792, the guillotine was first used.
Ooh, man.
They started to cut people's heads off on this day in 1792.
Oh, gosh.
And it was in France, and they executed a robber.
How did they pronounce it? Guillotine or guillotine?
Guillotine.
Okay.
Guillotine.
The guillotine.
The guillotine.
Okay.
And cut your head off.
Well, you said guillotine, and
Yeah,
I'm like, I've been saying it wrong this
hey,
whole
bro,
time.
we're Americans.
Whatever, Amarillo.
Amarillo.
Yeah.
Would you rather be executed by the Iron Maiden or the guillotine?
Guillotine.
Iron Maiden?
Because it just gets it done.
Yes!
Run to the hills.
Amazing.
So,
you nailed that. That was awesome.
yeah, I would maybe like Bruce Dickinson to sing,
Well, I was doing Bill and Ted,
Yeah.
but y'all were actually
doing Iron Maiden. Yep. So guillotine first introduced on this day in 1792. Fellas, on this day in 1886, Sigmund Freud opens up his practice in Vienna.
Dude, speaking of Bill and Ted, they stole Sigmund
Freud.
Yeah, they totally stole him. He was one of the guys in their little, high school thing.
Yeah, and Sigmund's it. He opened up his first practice in Vienna on this day, 1886.
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yep. Are you doing some? That's not Maiden, bro.
No, that's Bill and Ted.
Yeah.
Gosh,
you know your history.
Wild Stallions.
All right, guys. On this day in 1910, New York is the first state that requires automobiles to have license plates.
Whoa.
So we have New York to thank for having to get license plates.
For registration.
Yep.
Cool, man. Title, registration, all that extra money
because
that
of
they get
New
out
York.
Of you.
First state to do so,
Great.
1910.
I loved New York.
I mean, you
until
think
now.
about that. That's just a little bit after cars became like. So it's like New York's going, how can we make money off this?
Dude, good job, New York.
Let's charge everyone.
Love you,
Okay.
NYC.
Here we go. On this day in 1942, Germany attacks England, Bath, England, with airplanes. Started Blitzkrieg on England, and 417 people were killed on that.
Oh my gosh!
On that air attack, which reminds us we need to pray, continue to pray for those churches that were bombed in Sri Lanka.
Gosh, how
350
awful,
people dead so far in those. Awful, awful. So here we go. 1950, on this day, April 25th, the first African American is drafted to the NBA. His name was Chuck Cooper, and he was drafted for the Celtics.
Cooper. Yeah.
So Chuck Cooper opened up the doors for African Americans to be drafted and to be on the NBA. So on this
Very
day,
cool, man.
huge news in science, guys. On this day, April 25th, in 1953, Francis Crick and James Watson discover the double helix, the DNA. So they started to unravel, decode the DNA. Which do you guys realize that once Crick and Watson discovered DNA, it changed everything.
Really?
I mean, it changed how biologists, medicines, everything changed
man.
based upon their discovery. Now it's all about genetic engineering. They look at your DNA. They do all of this. You can now just do a swab and they'll tell you your family heritage. It's all of that, guys. It was a huge discovery. They won the Nobel Prize for that.
Hey, by the way, Dawn just chimed in on YouTube to say Edwin Wingfield is my great grandfather.
That's really cool. How cool is that?
Floored to hear his name this morning on the show.
Nice, Dawn.
That is cool. Thanks for sharing that. When you really think about it, I mean, America's big, but we're still fairly a tight-knit folks, and all those original people that showed up on our shores, they just had kids and they spread throughout the country.
Yeah. By the way, somebody said a little thank you to Mr. Nixon for recommending the book Stoner.
Wow.
It was a great book.
He wouldn't promote
Mike
that on
C.
our show.
I'm like, Stoner?
Did you promote that?
Probably.
1965 novel by the American writer John Williams.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not what you're thinking.
Yeah, Dex.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Come on,
bro.
Dex.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Come on, man.
Good stuff. These listeners are listening.
Yeah.
That's unlike Dex and Steve-O, who just go, yeah. Listeners are out there and they're listening.
It was a book by John Williams about a dude named William Stoner.
That's right.
He was born on a small farm in mid-Missouri in 1891.
There it is.
Oh, man.
Man, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This day in 1954, the first solar battery made from silicon. Bell Laboratories. So we have Bell Laboratories to thank for cell phones and everything else that uses silicone portable batteries. Yep. And we have more after the break.
Love that. Love that, Brian. It's 3 degrees, and we are live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios. Hang on.
Wow. Hang on for this hot spot about marriage from Skip Heitzig.
In this analogy of a husband and wife, the husband, so to speak, takes his wife, his partner, out of the world, forgives her of her past, never brings it up again, never drudges up that old infraction.
Skip is only warming up. Listen.
A marriage is a union between two sinners. Therefore, a good marriage is a union between two forgivers. Two forgivers. We forgive each other.
Hotspot. Find more from Skip at connectwithskip.com. Men, listen up.
You set the temperature of your home. I don't mean going up to the thermostat. I mean the temperature of forgiveness and love and sanctification. You set that tone.
Access Skip's teaching library from your TV at home. Add the Skip Heitzig app to your Apple TV.
What happens between us and God, that unconditional love, ought to spread on a horizontal level. Therefore, a good Christian marriage is a good Christian witness. It makes redemption visible.
Hotspot. Tony Evans. This is a Star 88 Supernova.
The first need that God will meet, can meet. If the Lord is your shepherd, he will meet your spiritual needs. He says, he makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. What are you talking about, David? Simple. He restores my soul. The issues of life have drained me. In other words, life has sucked you dry. Maybe it's a trial that won't go away. Maybe it's a loneliness that won't disappear. Maybe it's a sin that you sincerely desire to shake, and it is plaguing you. But whatever it is, it won't let you go.
That was Pastor Tony Evans on a Star 88 Supernova.
Spotlight on Star 88, 719.
High today, 78 degrees.
Time to get out of bed. Time to get out of bed now. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
And Brian Nixon, 3 degrees.
3 degrees. You guys, you do the weather and things so well. I mean, it's just a pleasure to know it's going to be 78 degrees today. Thank you. Thanks
Shout
for
out to the Starman member who just texted into the live line to say, guys, I'm driving behind somebody with a Star 88 sticker on their car.
Awesome.
Also, shout out to the person driving with the Star 88 sticker who's now wondering, wait, are they
Is
talking
it
about
me?
me?
Is it me?
And now they're
Probably
looking
you.
around in traffic. They
Yeah.
just got into an accident. Great.
Did they really?
All because, no. Dude.
Oh, I got serious and like all concerned all of a sudden.
Like, wait, I have a Star 88 sticker?
Should-
Are they texting about me?
Oh.
What kind of car is it? Tell us.
Oh.
Make and model.
This
Year,
is awesome.
If you can. I'm just kidding.
This is awesome.
Wow.
That there's listeners.
I just
Thank
want to
you
give a
for
shout
listening.
out to the person sporting us on their car.
Thanks for listening to the radio. It's
the person texting and
Can
driving.
Can I share you guys a story? Can I share a story with you?
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
sorry.
so my sister was in town
I know, I'm
last
so mad
weekend.
I didn't meet her.
And
New York,
yeah,
bro.
she is New York.
It's my town.
She's an archivist for Broadway. She works on some pretty big stuff and travels the world teaching people how to do archive work.
Gosh, that's cool.
But so she's in town and she wants to go to Los Poblanos for breakfast. So we go to Los Poblanos for breakfast.
Yes.
And I'm standing outside and this very nice lady and her daughter come up to me and go, "Hey, you're the guy on Star 88. You do the Thursday mornings." I said, "Yeah, that is me." I go, "How did you know?" She goes, "I know your voice."
Oh.
No way.
And so we started to talk, and she, explained how much she loves Dex and Steve-O and listens every day.
Tell me more.
Yeah, it's true. And then she loves Thursday mornings because she learned so much. She
What
didn't know
else?
this. And I was like pretty darn impressed.
That's awesome.
I was at a pizza joint, and I was waiting in line for my friend's growler to be filled.
Yeah.
I just was there with
Growler,
him.
his dog
Yes,
bowl.
yes,
That's
exactly.
that's another word for dog bowl.
And there was a person who was also doing the same thing, and he recognized me, and that was his very first words as well. Thursday mornings from 7 to 8 is my favorite hour of my week.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people tell me that, and it's amazing. Like how often I hear 3 degrees is their favorite hour.
Because
of the week.
here's the thing, Steve-O and Dex, and you guys know this too. People like to learn.
Yeah.
And you, of course, you guys make it fun, but people really do like to learn.
I've learned
stuff.
almost nothing because I'm too busy mocking.
Good call,
but
sir.
I do enjoy it.
To learning.
Yes,
Back
let's
to
learn
learn.
me.
Learn.
Learn me.
So, fellas, on this day, April 25th, 1973, the U.S. performs another nuclear test in Nevada.
Oh, my
So here's the quiz
gosh.
for you. What's that area called?
51.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Dang it, you
That's
beat me
it.
to it.
Area 51
I've been
in
on
Nevada.
I've been to the gate.
Have you really?
Well, I mean, you drive by it, and
Right.
there's like there's all these signs that say, "Hey, you enter, we'll basically zap you into
Oblivion.
nothing."
Well, you know why they can't let you in for long periods of time.
Aliens?
Radiation.
Well, aliens, maybe not, but radiation, definitely.
Yeah.
Even here at Trinity site in New Mexico, they only open it 2 times a year for the public. And that bomb was detonated in the 40s.
Right.
And
July 16th.
they still have to monitor that area
well,
for radiation.
if you live or you go to Nevada or Las Vegas, during the nighttime, you can see the light just lighting
Yeah.
up because of they're testing bombs constantly.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a war's going on.
Speaking of Nevada, Las Vegas, Nevada, I mentioned to you guys before the broadcast started that I'm starting a book, and I've signed a book contract on Christ and culture. And one of the things that I do an article on is about Las Vegas. And whether you know it or not, if you are an art fan, Las Vegas has amazing art. And we're talking big name people.
Yeah, Elvis Presley's
No,
jumpsuit
no.
from 19...
Lou Diamond Phillips.
No,
Yes.
you're talking like James Terrell. You're talking like Picasso. You're talking
Hunter S. Thompson
Yes.
threw up there once.
Yeah.
Oh boy, did he!
Neil Diamond.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody give me some credit, bro. Trinity site,
Yeah.
the bomb testing, July 16th, 1945. Come on.
Your
Come on.
birthday.
Dex and Steve-O, you both got something right today.
I mean, he knew
Dex
it was my
got
birthday,
Area
which is how
51?
I knew that it blew up on July 16th.
That's amazing. All right, guys, we have some birthdays today.
Out of my life.
On this day in 1214, King Louis of France.
Okay, I was like,
was
it's got to
born.
be somebody
Yeah.
from
Louis,
the other side
for,
of the world.
For those
'cause,
of you guys who don't know, he led the 7th and 8th Crusades, but he was a devout Christian, even though he was out there leading the killing
he was
of
a
people.
devout Christian who murdered people
Yeah.
in the name of Jesus.
Yeah, known for his humility and such.
known for his humility.
Yeah, but he would
and
massacre
his
people.
Head lopping
Yeah.
off of with swords.
Fellas,
Just a
another
really kind, merciful murderer.
Another kind of contradiction here. On this day in 1599, Oliver Cromwell, the Puritan protector of England, was born.
Oh.
He also kicked out all the Catholics and made a lot of other people really upset. So there
But it was in the name of Jesus.
there was some
Amen.
other contradictory
Amen.
things going on. Now, here's a really good Christian guy who was born in 1792. His name's John Keble. Not as known here in America.
Of course he is, just not for his ministry.
His
He's
dog
known more
biscuits.
for his Keebler elves
Oh.
that hang out.
His Keble dog biscuits,
They make these great biscuits.
Yes?
No, Keble was a pastor, and he was the founder of the Oxford movement in England. And you guys may not realize this, but the Oxford movement in England in the 1800s was massive. It influenced a whole grouping of intellectuals, writers, poets. So people like C.S. Lewis were influenced by it. People like J.R.R. Tolkien were influenced by it. G.K. Chesterton. All of these guys were influenced by what John Keble started as the Oxford movement in England. Heavily Anglo-Catholic in its overall disposition, but it really caused a lot of people to come back to the faith. It was a huge thing. So John Keble, happy birthday, bro.
So it's kind of like Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction this year. Trent Reznor inducted The Cure, and it's because he's hated the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because he thinks The Cure is the greatest band of all time, and it's a travesty they weren't in the Hall of Fame because to him, that's the #1 band that influenced his career. So it's like, if you're a fan of that, you should actually really just be a fan of The Cure because they're the reason Nine Inch Nails exists.
Hey, that was a brilliant tie-in. I don't know how it relates, but
It does because that guy, Keebler Elf, influenced C.S. Lewis to do his writing. So if you're a fan of C.S. Lewis, you should probably...
he influenced...
Good call, sir.
He influenced Chesterton that influenced C.S. Lewis. So there's a whole family lineage
he's
of that.
like the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Is that where Chesterton chicken comes from?
Yeah, no, that's where G.K. Chesterton, the author and journalist, came from. But you know what? We got to pause. Now that you bring up The Cure, we have to stop for this. Because I was stoked that The Cure was finally inducted because
it took
I
too
still
long.
think two of my favorite albums of the 80s are from The Cure, Disintegration and Head on the Door, which this song right here that we're listening to
This is
from
now my wake-up song.
This is from Head on the Door. And this was a great album,
Did
Head
you know
on the Door.
the reason we even have this in the computer is because, according to scientists, there are 2 songs that are the best musical songs to wake up to as an alarm.
Really?
And The Cure, this is one of them.
Is it? Are you speaking science?
I
Really?
promise this is actual science. I'm total, dude. Deadpan,
Yeah.
totally serious with
Probably
you right
because
now.
the little keyboard flute in the background.
So what do you think? What do you think the other? Because and it's a classic. So what do you think the other greatest scientific song to wake
man, this is
up
good
to
stuff,
is?
Steve-O.
I know we've talked about it earlier in the week. So the Starmy knows already, but
Oh man! So I the fact that you threw out The Cure, that's just amazing. I love that. Jeopardy?
no,
I was like,
like
trying
what
to get you to
come on,
answer.
what do you
Like,
think?
what do you think?
So a classic song.
It's a classic,
Yes,
man. And it's one
classic.
of those things that drums up good vibes, if you will.
Yes.
I feel sunshine on a cloudy day.
Oh, My Girl. Oh, my gosh.
It's a good one, but
The
no.
Temptations, written by Smokey
Robinson. Yes, sir. I don't know.
It was did you know that up till that point, Eddie Kendrick was the lead singer of The Temptations, and all of the songs and singles had been led by Eddie Kendrick. That song, My Girl, was written by Smokey Robinson,
Right.
and he wrote it with the intention of David Ruffin,
Right.
who was a background player in the band, to lead the song, and that was like
Their big hit.
It changed
Right.
everything.
It changed
for them.
everything.
But David Ruffin, to that point, was just kind of doing harmonies for Eddie Kendrick.
Right. And then Smokey goes, I know who.
Me some Motown.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
I have
oh, yeah.
all of that. That's
I love
real
Motown
facts.
as well.
Okay, you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, tell me.
Go ahead.
No way. Beach Boys.
Yeah, man.
Specifically Good Vibrations. Scientifically speaking, they say that this song and The Cure.
Can I just say that Brian Wilson was a genius of the Beach Boys? I mean, honestly, and here's a little bit more trivia. Did you know when the Beatles came out, they felt their biggest competitor on planet Earth were the Beach Boys?
Oh, yeah.
So the Beach Boys.
I saw the Beach Boys
The
in
Beach
concert.
Boys were the ones that they wanted to try to top. Because
never saw the Beatles. They were,
But the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson era Beach Boys, brilliant. I
saw
mean,
them
the genius.
at Duke Stadium
Right.
out here in Albuquerque when I was a little kid.
This is post Brian Wilson
Yes, it
Beach
is.
Boys.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
not the good Beach Boys.
No, it's not.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. This is John Stamos. John Stamos era of Beach
Basically,
Boys.
yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
Now,
I love that song.
Brian Wilson is the.
That made my
the-
heart just a little bit
yeah.
happier today.
Okay, so that's good to know. The Cure and the Beach Boys, fascinating.
Yeah.
Guys, on this day in 1887, Charles Fuller was born.
Okay.
He's the pastor, broadcaster, and founder of Fuller Theological Seminary.
Pastor broadcaster.
Yep.
Pastor
Founder of
broadcaster.
Fuller Theological Seminary, which is one of now the most esteemed seminaries in America. That's the one that Bono speaks at and other things of that nature.
Nice.
All right. So on this day in 1912, Gladys Presley was born.
Gladys.
Elvis's mom. That's right.
Man.
Elvis's mom was born on this day.
Did you know that Elvis was a natural blonde?
Did you also know?
Yes.
He dyed his hair?
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Also,
crazy is
did
that?
you know?
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
Did you know that he
Fun
was
fact.
a twin?
I knew he was a twin.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure he dyed his hair?
Yes.
He did. We did fun facts yesterday.
Yeah, celebrity
Wow.
facts.
Mm-hmm.
That just
And
changed
I
everything
actually
for me.
didn't know he had a twin brother who died in stillbirth.
Don't you just
Yeah,
feel like
I
you've been
knew
lied to
he
your whole
had a
life?
twin, but I didn't know he was a natural blonde.
Natural blonde. He dyed his hair.
Wow. Have you guys ever been to Graceland?
No.
Nope.
Graceland's pretty amazing.
Okay.
Except here it is that you have to pay a lot of money now.
Yeah,
Like to
exactly.
get in.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so it's like $50 just to see the house. And then, you want to see the motorcycles. That's another $50.
see, that's
Oh my
stupid.
god.
Oh, you want to see
Just
his
to see it?
cars.
Yeah.
You have to so
You don't
like
get to like ride the
I'm not
motorcycle.
so
that
like
big of a fan.
$150 later.
Wow.
Can I go to Seattle and just go to Kurt Cobain's apartment? I'd
Yeah,
rather do that.
yeah, you could do that too.
You'd want to go there? I don't
Or
know.
even better, just go up Candelaria and see Jim Morrison's Boyhood
I know,
Home.
right? I love
yeah,
that.
right?
Forgot about that.
As a matter of fact, when my sister was in town, I drove her by there and she was like, oh, that's fun. Okay, on this day in 1917, the very own Ella Fitzgerald was born.
Oh,
American
dude.
jazz singer, American great. Here she is.
I do love Ella.
Ella.
Yeah, man.
She's awesome.
Mommy, on the way I dropped it. I dropped it. Yes, on the way I dropped
Oh, man.
Come on, listen to Ella.
Yeah, she's class, man.
it up and put it in a pocket. She was trucking on down the avenue.
Beautiful.
But not a single
Yep.
thing to
There's some good albums we got to
Yep.
listen to.
And after the break, we have some more birthdays to cover, but we have Steve-O going to read one of the greatest poems of the 1700s.
Nice.
Oh yeah. But Ella, she's singing us to the break, guys.
There you go. We'll be
It's
right back.
beautiful.
Hang on.
Oh, gee, I wonder where my basket can be.
Jesus is our king, but do you treat him like royalty? Here's Tim Keller on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
God says, here's all these kings around, but there's a king above the kings. There's a king behind all the kings. There's my king, the true king that I have installed. One of the things that's so incredibly interesting about the literature of the human race is how many in ancient legends in all of our cultures kind of go like this. There was a great king who ruled with wisdom and power and justice and compassion all at once. And therefore, when the king was there, the land experienced a golden age. And everyone blossomed, and we all reached our potential. The land blossomed, the arts blossomed, our relationships blossomed, civilization blossomed. But something has taken the king away, and everything has deteriorated, everything has fallen into decay. But we look for the day in which the king will come back.
That's the PowerPoint with Tim Keller on Star 88.
Sometimes it's hard to breathe. All these thoughts that shout at me, try to bring me to my knees, and it's overwhelming. Darkness echoes all around. Feels like everything is crashing down. Still I know where my hope is found, and it's only you and ooh. You say you're working everything for my good, and ooh, I believe every word. 'Cause even in the madness, there's peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony. And even in the madness, there's peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony. Oh, to my heart, to your beat, let me be your melody, even when I cannot see. But you're orchestrated, even when the dark surrounds. You'll never let me drown. I know that my hope is found in the name of Jesus. Ooh, you say you're working everything for my good, and ooh, I believe every word. 'Cause even in the madness, there's peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony. And even in the madness, there's peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony.
Yeah, I wanna truly know if you compose beautiful music, though. From all my unruly notes, the distance is distant, it's moving close. Now I see, erase the scales from my eyes, then play the scale of my life. Chaos played off with a chord and a chord with a source, preventing through strife. And I've tasted suffering, I've been embraced by the painful buffering. I've been bound by doubt so loud right now, but a melody is made when you play these rusty keys. So we all gotta get pressed, tuned up like instruments. But I know all of life's tempo is sound whenever we remember this.
Even in the madness, there's peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony. And even in the madness, there's peace, drowning out the voices all around me. Through all of this chaos, you are writing a symphony, a symphony. Oh, a symphony. A symphony.
That's Switch Symphony. It's on Star 88. It is 7:38.
High today of 78 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
All right, everybody. That's right. Coming at you live with Brian Dixon, 3 degrees.
Hey, we've decided, since it's scientifically proven that listening to The Cure is good for your brain, we're now playing The Cure all the time. So this is In Between Days.
That's
off
right.
Head on the Door,
That's
1985, ladies
We've
and
got
gentlemen.
a cure for what ails you.
It makes you feel good. It makes you feel
Nailed
good.
it.
Just listen to this. Listen to when the keyboards come on. Listen to how this makes you feel. Right when the keyboards come on, you are going to feel good right about now. There it is. Wait, gotta wait for Robert to start singing, and let's sing along.
Yesterday I got so old, I felt like I could die.
All right. I don't know about you guys, but I feel good.
I feel better.
I feel better.
Not really.
Okay, April 25th. On this day, guys, here it is. It's a big conversation point for Steve-O here. Uh-oh. On this day in 1940, Al Pacino was born.
No way.
So today's Al Pacino's birthday. Happy birthday, Al Pacino, because we know you listen to the broadcast regularly. The question is, and this
Godfather
is a tough...
Part 2.
Okay. I was just going to ask, which is his best
Godfather
movie?
Part 2. Followed closely by Dick Tracy.
What was the one? No,
What's his best movie? He's done so many. I know. That's what I would say too.
I was gonna say,
Godfather.
what's the one where he was blind? Scent of a Woman.
Scent of a Woman.
Yeah, Scent of a Woman.
That was a good
That
one.
was a great movie.
Yeah.
Was that with who was the woman? Was it Julia Roberts? Who was the woman in there?
Man,
I forgot.
You guys are sexists.
Wow.
I actually never saw Scent of a Woman.
What? Oh my goodness.
Are you kidding
the
me?
guy who has seen almost every
Right?
movie on
You've
planet
never
Earth.
seen that?
You've never seen this?
Unbelievable, man.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Scent of a Woman was he did great.
Oh my
in that.
gosh. I believed he was blind.
Father.
Yeah.
Part 2.
Yeah, but you have to say Al Pacino and Godfather
girl?
go hand in hand.
Gabrielle Anwar.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
What?
Who is that?
Who is that?
Father of the Bride.
Oh,
Father
really?
of the Bride Part 2.
See, you know all
The
those,
Three
but
Musketeers.
Yeah, you've never seen Scent of a Woman?
But you don't know
I
all
know
of
her
Al.
well.
So let's talk about Al Pacino. What are some of the other great movies that God?
Godfather
We know that one.
Part 1.
But he's been in so many movies.
Yeah. Devil's Advocate.
'Kay,
Oh,
go-
Terrifying
gosh.
film.
So good, right?
I mean, that was he played Lucifer. He
Yeah,
was the devil.
right.
Dick Tracy.
Yeah, I already said Dick Tracy. He was fantastic.
Author.
Man. Yeah. So what are some of our listeners
Heat.
chiming in?
Anybody remember Heat?
No.
With Val Kilmer.
No.
Val
One of my
Kilmer,
faves, man.
Robert De Niro,
Really?
and Al Pacino.
That is
Wow.
a good one.
Al Pacino was the FBI agent, basically, that was tracking these bank robbers, or these, and De Niro was the head of the villains, and Pacino was the head of the good guys, and it was
Wow. The
dude,
Italian mafia
Al
right
Pacino,
there.
who also, for those who don't know, is like an advocate and fan of Shakespeare, and so he has performed in so many different plays as well.
Wow.
So King Lear, like he is, gosh, dude, I am a fan.
Yeah, he's
There's a
an actor's
Scorsese
actor.
movie coming out soon called The Irishman.
Yep.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
Is
On
Al
Hoffa?
Pacino going to be Italian? Going to be in
dude,
the Irish film?
and De Niro.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
So the Italians in the Irish movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
I can't wait.
Wow. Happy birthday, Al Pacino. Okay, here's another one. On this day in 1969, happy 50th, Renee Zellweger.
Oh, cool.
So-
Jerry Maguire.
Yep. Renee turns 50 years old. Happy 50th,
Happy
Renee.
50th.
Actress. And then 1976, guys, birthday, Tim Duncan.
Oh, cool.
Oh, no
Tim
way.
Duncan.
Oh,
San
nice
Antonio
guy.
Made the game
Spurs.
boring. All right, cool. Moving on.
No, no.
Isn't that Chrissy's favorite
Dude,
player?
yeah. No, her favorite all time is Hakeem Olajuwon, but she loves like the fundamental players.
Well,
Yeah.
She
yeah,
just
he's
loved
one of
like
the greatest
Yeah.
of all
she,
time.
so she liked that era of Spurs because they were
Fundamental, and they were winning all the
showed no
time.
emotion.
boring.
No
I would just
emotion.
give me some flashy Allen Iverson all day, air day.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie.
So happy birthday, Tim. I know you listen to the show as
does
well.
regularly.
Yep,
Yes,
regularly.
yes.
Always calling in, man. Thanks, Tim. All right, guys, we have to move to the sad part, to the deaths.
Oh wait, one more birthday.
Oh, yeah.
We
Okay.
have to give a shout
Okay.
out to our boy Earl. Earl, I met
Oh,
at New Mexico
right.
United games. He's a Starmie member. He's a fan, and he's crazy. He was in the supporter section for the last game, and I'm like, I think he's dead.
Earl.
And he didn't die.
Earl, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, buddy.
dude.
On this day in 1993, he's a kid.
Earl is a rock star if he's in the supporter section
Is
of
that
the New
Earl
Mexico
right there, that
United.
one you're talking
Yeah,
about? Cool,
Earl.
man.
Earl, happy birthday, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to the broadcast.
Yeah, you do share some your birthday with some pretty epic people.
Yeah.
Not as epic as my birthday. Will Ferrell, everyone. One of the greatest, most iconic
Uh,
actors
on
of
my
our
birthday?
generation.
On
I
my
think I share a
birthday,
birthday with, like,
Harrison
Hitler.
Ford.
Oh, never
really?
mind.
Harrison
I think Hitler
Ford,
is
bro.
my birthday.
Really? Yeah.
Something like that.
All right.
So's KB, the Christian hip hop artist. Remember that?
All right.
Okay.
Deaths. On this day,
Redeemed.
guys, in 1744, Anders Celsius died.
Oh man! And of course we know
He-
the inventor
Of the seltzer water.
Seltzer water.
No, of Celsius scale, guys.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Fahrenheit
that
and
too.
the Celsius.
Both go in the exact same place.
I almost went Alka-Seltzer. I don't know. But
Golly. You guys need to know your scientists a little bit better.
I do know my scientists. Heisenberg.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yep.
There it is.
Bye-bye now.
Yeah.
Guys, on this day in 1800, William Cowper died. He was a poet and hymnist.
Did he know it?
He was the greatest poet of the late 1700s.
Oh, this is the guy whose poem I'm about to read.
You're about to read his poem, and you're going to read one of his most famous poems.
Tell me more.
This day, and with the music in the background, you've got to read the whole thing because you have to understand this guy was a household name. I miss the days when poets were known and people would talk about their poetry and they were known.
Yeah.
But now they're no longer. We don't even know. We don't even know poets.
I know a poet.
But put that music back on because it goes really well with this.
Let's see if this works. You like this?
Okay, that works too. So this is a poem that Steve-O is going to read.
What nationality is he?
He's British.
Oh, he's British.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hello. God Moves in Mysterious Ways by William Cowper. God moves in mysterious ways. His wonders to perform. He plants his footsteps in the sea and rides upon the storm. Deep in unfathomable minds of never-failing skill, he treasures up his bright designs and works his sovereign will. Ye fearful saints, fresh courage take. The clouds ye so much dread are big with mercy and shall break in blessings on your head. Judge not the Lord by feeble sense, but trust him for his grace. Behind a frowning providence, he hides a smiling face. Smile. His purposes will ripen fast, unfolding every hour. The bud may have a bitter taste, but sweet will be the flower. Blind unbelief is sure to err and scan his work in vain. God is his own interpreter, and he will make it plain.
Oh, there it is. God is his own interpreter, and he will make it plain.
He really missed it. He should have said, and he will make it rain. What? And then you bust into the hip hop joint. He's all right. He's no Shel Silverstein. But
But you guys have to understand, this guy was huge. So let me just pause on him.
Oh.
So he got converted to Christ through his association with John Newton, who wrote, Amazing Grace. And he started to write his own hymns, and a lot of people still sing the words to his hymns. But he was also influential in the abolitionist movement. He wanted to make sure that England no longer had slavery. And as a matter of fact, Martin Luther King Jr. often quoted from William Cowper's hymns and such. So he not only was a famous poet in England that was a household name, but he became a Christian, started to write hymns, and we still sing his hymns, and then influenced also the abolitionist movement in England. So this guy was, a big deal.
Pretty cool.
He was a big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal. So, the only last person we probably need to address who died on this day, not too long ago, 1995, Ginger Rogers.
Oh, Ginger
the actress from Top Hat.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we had mentioned that it was the birthday of Ella Fitzgerald. Ella Fitzgerald helped popularize a song from Top Hat. Can you guys name what that song was?
The Yam.
No. No.
We're in the Money.
Nope.
I used to be colorblind.
The Continental.
No.
The Piccolino.
No. Keep reading.
They all laughed.
Come on,
I feel like it's going to say it over here because that's from a movie.
Oh, Don't bet on love? Okay.
Guys.
Follow the Fleet.
No. You guys are almost not
Diggers.
there. No.
Okay.
Ella Fitzgerald sang a song from...
Hello, Dolly.
Well, yes, hello, Dolly, but that wasn't it. But think Ella Fitzgerald and Top Hat. Come on, guys. We're tying it together. Top Hat? Top Hat? You guys don't know what Top Hat is?
No.
Jeez,
Okay,
dude.
I'm just going to tell you right now. Singing in the Rain.
Oh. Okay, cool. It's like Fred Astaire.
Exactly. Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. They sang it in the movie, and then Ella Fitzgerald re-recorded it, and it became a top hit.
Well, you said what? You said Top Hat.
Well, that's the name of the movie.
Wait. The movie's not called Singing in the Rain?
Here it is. Listen. Just listen. Just listen and learn. This is Fred Astaire singing it.
Dark up above, the sun's in my heart.
He's so in love, man.
I'm still,
him.
the fact that Beach Boys and The Cure are the best wake-up songs. Why not this one?
Look at him. He's so happy, man.
Well, they can't look at Dex. They're on
Just
radio.
Look at that guy.
Top Hat was
happy.
released in 1935, starring Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. It's a real movie, guys. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, what'd you think? I was lying to you?
No, I knew you were but I'm like, dude, come on. I know movies.
Top Hat. Yeah.
Not Top Hat. Come on.
And
I guess that's
Ella
real.
Fitzgerald, you should put in Ella Fitzgerald's version of Singing in the Rain.
Okay.
And she, even after the movie, she did her own version, and it went into the top of the charts.
Really?
Yeah. That's how popular Ella Fitzgerald was at the time. Anything that woman touched became a hit.
I don't know where that's at. Let's see here.
Yeah. Don't even
There's
worry.
Come rain or come shine.
Yeah, don't even worry. Okay,
think
so
she
Dex,
sang that, dude.
Stevo,
Yes?
that's it. That's all I have for today. So what's our theme? The last 10 minutes.
Oh,
we always
okay.
have a theme to talk about.
Oh, I've got
the
I've
last
got
few.
it.
Okay,
I've got
do
it.
it.
I've
Let's
got
hit
it.
me.
Okay, because you're all about history and
Yep.
life.
Yep.
Have you heard the story of this woman who picked up her 4-year-old son from school?
Mm-hmm.
She was in the car. Crazy car accident.
Yeah.
The year was 1991.
Okay, 91.
Think of all the things that have happened from 1991.
A lot of stuff has
Till
happened.
now.
The iPhone.
Yeah, right.
She was 32
TVs.
years old.
Tragic.
She did not regain consciousness until this last year.
No
Oh my-
way.
Wow.
Really?
So your job now is to go to Germany where she is and she is awakened and tell her everything that's happened from 91
Jeez.
to
Are you
2009.
kidding me?
I'm not joking. According to the report, she had just picked
Wow.
up her 4-year-old son from school. The accident occurred. She was in the back seat with the boy while her brother-in-law was driving. So she said when she saw the crash coming, she hugged her son to protect him from the blow, who walked away from the crash unharmed. And she has been in a coma for 27 years.
Wow. Oh my God.
Her son said, I never
Wow.
gave up on her because I always had a feeling that one day she would wake up.
Wow.
In the years, obviously, she was in the hospital, and the son just grew devoted to his mom, walking her to her hospital room, sitting with her for hours at a time, walking to her, not walking her to. He said, I believe that because of my support for her, God saved me from bigger troubles. And so
Wow. Well, first, there's so many layers to that story. First of all, the preciousness of life.
Mm-hmm.
Folks who are wanting to, we live in such an anti-life era that there'd be a lot of people who would just want to pull the plug and say, why are we doing this?
Right.
She's gone. But this son said, no, we're going to keep mom going. And then she wakes up out of her coma. Unbelievable.
Right?
So that's a story for pro-life. But then it's also a fascinating story of, I would love to talk with this lady and say, do you have any recollection of what you were thinking?
So I guess what happened was last summer, the son was involved in an argument in his mother's hospital room. I don't know what the argument was. They don't have the details on that. But in the midst of the argument, the son is like arguing with somebody. The mom began to regain consciousness.
Really?
And started she started calling names of family members, asking where people were, and began reciting prayers that she used to pray
Wow.
from when he was a little boy.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. That means though her brain was not functioning, probably something, the synapses were just disconnected.
Yeah.
And it took 27 years for them just to reconnect and go, wow. But it just shows you the human body is so fearfully and wonderfully
Her
made.
son was 4 years old,
Oh, my
picking him up from
gosh.
school.
Now
Wow.
he's like almost
He is
40.
32 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Unbelievable. Well,
Like-
that's a heartfelt, that's an inspiring story, actually. On many accounts, the son stayed with mom. They kept the mom alive, and now the mom is fully conscious and has had a reunion with her boy.
What would be the first thing you guys would do if you woke
Oh,
up from
my
a coma
goodness.
after 32 years?
Hug my family and tell them I love them.
I was trying to make this a fun game. Like maybe, what do you want to eat or something?
Oh yeah. So go that way. I would probably want a cup of tea.
Ooh,
maybe
yes, a cup of tea. Okay, yes. Steve-O, what about you?
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah.
I'm parched.
How come they haven't given me water for 27 years?
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to like fathom. You just can't. Like think about the fact that when she fell into a coma, the year was 1991.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to think, even just technologically speaking or culturally speaking, the advances that have happened in our society from
1991 was a good year for me. I got engaged to
was it?
Melanie.
No kidding.
Okay.
Yep. 1991 is when Melanie and I were engaged.
And then he fell into a coma and has been.
Yeah. And I just woke up last
And he
week.
just
All
woke
the
up.
time that we've been talking all these years, I have not been conscious.
Oh, no, I was meaning the metaphorical coma called marriage.
That one. No, yeah. So 1991 was a good year. 1990, Nirvana released.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Nevermind.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
But 91 was a good year.
It was a good year.
11
years
Let's
old.
look up. Since we have a couple
10.
minutes, let's look up what happened in 1991. Just in the year, just generally speaking. And since all of us are doing this, we're going to say things that were pretty interesting that happened in 1991.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Forget that. I want to know what happened in 92, the first year that she was out.
No,
best of 91, I'll do best of
okay,
92.
do it.
You
do
go
it.
ahead, buddy.
No, you do it 91.
Ooh, internet is made available to unrestricted commercial use, and number of computers on the net reaches 1 million. Wow.
You know what's amazing? She fell asleep at the right time, bro, because the top songs of 1992 were Jump by Criss Cross.
Yes.
Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, boy.
This Used to Be My Playground, one of Madonna's more boring songs. End of the Road, Boys to Men. I'm just saying, bro.
Dude.
She missed out on Achy Breaky Heart, Billy Ray Cyrus.
Robin
Oh, my
Hood, Prince of
goodness.
Thieves.
Was 91?
Yes, dude.
See, so she had
Terminator,
a chance to see
Judgment Day.
Gosh! So she saw some great movies. And then she
Hook.
just really didn't miss anything. Just really didn't miss
Yeah.
anything.
Have you guys ever went and I did this with my students, and I like to do this with a lot of people. For the year of your birth, you look up and you look up what the Pulitzer Prize book was, what the Nobel Prize, the album of the year. My year, guys, was pretty epic.
Yeah?
So the Pulitzer Prize book for 1969 was N. Scott Mumiday's Housemaid of Dawn. Johnny Cash, Folsom,
Prison Brews?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was the album, won country album of the year. So next time you have to look up your year of you were born and look at all the things that happened. It's
Like
pretty
just
fascinating.
history or the Pulitzer Prize?
Everything. Just like the movie of the year, the top songs of the year. So you really learn a lot about what was going on when you were born.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting. I've done this, and that's how I know.
That's how you know it was a good year for you?
For 69. Also 69, all these epic Western movies came out. And that's probably why I love Westerns, because,
maybe.
we have all these epic Westerns that came out in 69.
According to newsscientist.com, they have an article called Why 1978 Was the Best Year Ever.
And that's the
So
year you were born.
Your scientists claim that was the best year.
That's because you were born, Steve-O.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. In science.
So your guys' homework for next
Yes?
week is to look up all the things that happened on the year of your birth, including our listeners.
I'll tell you, I don't even want to know anymore because 1978 got it all wrong. Annie Hall beat Star Wars for Best Picture at the Oscars.
Hey.
I'm like, come on, bro.
Don't save it for next week.
Fine.
So our
I might not
listeners,
even be
if
here.
you're listening next week, if you're here, find
don't
out
tell
the
me
year of
anything.
your birth, and we're going to discuss who has the best birth year
Okay.
cumulatively.
Thanks,
Bye.
Brian. Bye. See you later, man.
Bye.
Adios, amigos. After a while, crocodile.
Bueno, bye.
We'll be right back. Hang out.
Calvary is going west soon and very soon. Sunday, May 5th. Skeptics welcomed, addicts freed, families restored, divisions erased, lonely hearts loved, broken lives healed. Life Change starts Sunday, May 5th at 9:45 a.m. Calvary goes west. Coors in Montana. Find out more at calvarynm.church.
In a world of turmoil and uncertainty, where can we find peace and rest? We'll find out this week on A New Beginning with Pastor Greg Laurie. And we'll hear a dramatic testimony from Pastor Greg in a sermon that takes us back 42 years. You'll hear some things you've never heard before. Tune in this week for a new beginning.
Make an appointment with Greg Laurie weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT 107.1 FM. Whether at home or the workplace, we're all leaders. Become a better leader in this leadership moment with Craig Rochelle.
The key to successful leadership is influence, not authority. We've talked about that before. The key to being great, successful, making a difference is having influence, not just authority. There's a difference between an authoritative boss and a trust-building leader. What does a boss do? A boss drives with authority. I'm the boss, this is the way it's going to be. A boss drives with authority, but a leader inspires with trust. Trust matters so much. What is the currency of influence? It's trust. The currency of influence is always trust. Just because you have a title does not mean that you have trust. There's a big difference. In fact, I like the way John Maxwell says it. He says, true leadership cannot be awarded, appointed, or assigned. It only comes from influence, and influence cannot be mandated. It must be earned.
That was Craig Rochelle on a Starty 8 Leadership Moment. Hear more at life.church/leadership podcast. On the air and in your face, but lovingly so. This is Starty 8 at 88.3 FM, KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe, and online at starty8.fm.
Paper route. Chariots. Star 88. 805.
High today of 78 degrees.
It's the Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
You guys are totally bad to the bone.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We got Shock Therapy Live coming up at 9 with Pastor Nate Heitzit. Maybe Janae. I don't know. We'll see. We'll tackle your questions. You can text them in. You can also email them in, studio@star88.fm. What's that live line number to text in?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483. Dude, I've got some info on the story I shared at the end of the last hour.
Yeah, tease that.
Yeah, man. Good morning. Woman wakes up after being in a coma since car accident nearly 30 years later. Dude, think about this.
Yes?
Her son was 4 years old when they were traveling in the car together. When she woke up, he was the age she was.
Oh, wow.
When she was in the car accident.
Is there a picture of them? I haven't seen them yet.
She was 32 years old.
Unbelievable.
And now her son is 32 years old.
Oh, my gosh. And she wakes up.
Man, he wasn't hurt in the accident because she threw her arms around him and embraced him and shielded him.
Oh, my gosh.
Doctor said she would never open her eyes again. She had a severe brain injury. She was in a minimally conscious state, fed through a feeding tube.
Oh.
And over the years, she was just transferred from hospital to hospital.
Oh, my gosh.
Insurance changes, things happen. Yeah.
My goodness.
Dude, his name, the boy's name, was the first word she uttered.
Oh, no way. Dang, man. My life's not that bad. I'll quit complaining.
30. No, just think about this. When we are fighting against patience and things in our lives that we're like, this is taking forever. And we complain about it's been 6 months and nothing's changed.
Right. I can't even.
She remembers the car accident with her body in the backseat of the car. She remembers embracing her son. She remembers that.
You know how they say sometimes when you're in a coma, you should talk to them. And a lot of it's because of the stimulation and stuff could trigger something. But they also say that sometimes when you're in a coma, a lot of people will remember people talk to them. Is there anything? Did she talk about that? Does she remember anything during those 32 years of
She's having
hearing
trouble
anything?
speaking still.
Yeah,
She's saying prayers and she's remembering family member names. The incident, like I said, occurred in 1991, and since then she's been in a coma.
She'll probably have a lot of those memories come back. I bet she'll be able to remember some of those times.
What's amazing is the son just absolutely has stayed with her this entire time.
That's what's incredible.
Yeah.
Man.
All these years, he said, the doctors told me she was a hopeless case. There's no point to the treatment I was seeking for her. He said, but whenever in doubt, I put myself in her place. I did whatever I could to improve her condition. I shared her story to tell people not to lose hope on their loved ones. But they had to keep her on a feeding tube. She wasn't conscious or she wasn't surviving on her own. Gosh.
Was he able to move on with his life in a way by still taking care of his mom, but was he able to, have a family of his own? Does he have kids?
See,
none of those details.
None of those details.
Or is that Hillary Clinton?
What? That's her, bro.
Okay.
That's the son. 30 years almost. I mean, just 27 years, really, but
27.
27 years, not really 30. Gosh, what an exaggeration,
Unbelievable, man. That's.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But his name was the first thing that she, imagine that, dude. 27 years he'd been hoping and praying, and then she wakes up. People are chiming in left and right.
What would be the first name you would mention when you wake up?
What?
What name would you?
When did the accident happen?
What would you cry out
could
for?
you imagine? It happens today, and the first thing I'm like, Endgame.
You're like,
Endgame. They're
what?
Like, dude, there's been 32 Marvel films made since Endgame.
Oh my God.
No! No! Who has the time? Who has the time? No!
Endgame.
I'm just saying, episode 9's coming out this year. I need to know how the Skywalker legacy ends, you know?
Who dies? I need to know.
Wow, we're terrible people.
No, I'm pretty sure that's real life. That's exactly what would happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I'm being honest. It was the first thing I thought of when you asked me what name I would say. Skywalker.
Take me to the theater right now.
Yeah.
I need to see it.
I mean, think about everything that's transpired from 1991 to 2018 when she woke up.
Dude, prom,
Yeah.
graduation,
Yeah.
football, basketball, track, lots of girlfriends, getting your driver's license, learning how to drive, heartbreaks.
When she arrived at the hospital in 1991, she was completely unresponsive with no awareness of her surroundings.
Jam pants.
Like, they were like, no, there's no way. So she's been transferred to a slew of medical facilities.
Slap bracelets.
Because people are like, nope. He had to actually transfer her to Germany.
Tap out shirts.
Gosh.
Ed Hardy.
She's been operated on numerous times.
Affliction
while in a
t-shirts.
coma.
Ultimate Fighting. Yes, go ahead, caller. You're on.
Yeah, that's a crazy story, man. Crazy story.
Yeah.
I just got a traffic update, bro, for anybody traveling from the west side, man. There's a wreck on Paseo that's completely gridlocked everything.
Oof. Good.
It's
that means
terrible,
people can
man.
listen to our show.
It's
Cool.
crazy. I just hadn't heard any traffic reports on your thing, so I thought I'd give my fellow friends from the west side a little update on what's happening.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
No, that's good. That's good to know. That's good to know. Traveling which way on
You guys
Paseo?
have-
You traveling which way?
So if you're traveling eastbound on Paseo,
Okay. Eastbound on Paseo.
yeah, it's stacked. It's stacked. I mean, miles long. It's past golf course on Paseo, all the way past golf course. Golf course is clogged up. Eagle Ranch is clogged. I mean, it's bad.
All right, man. We'll turn your radio up. Keep it locked right here on 88.3 FM.
That's right. We'll
All
get
right,
you through
everybody.
that morning drive.
All right, man. Thank you guys.
Later,
Appreciate
man.
it. You have a
See
good
you,
day,
man.
man.
What's the station? What were we talking about? Oh, yeah, things that happened in from 1991 to 2019. What else? In-N-Out Burger, Fat Burger, Lumpies, rest in peace, Fuddruckers.
You're just thinking of burgers?
Yeah,
That's
I'm on
literally
the
it.
burger category right
Somebody
now.
was saying, what if like you wake up all these years later and like your favorite restaurant, or like they're closed down?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hastings is gone. You're like, where's Hastings? I need to see what new music's out. And it's like, oh no, Hastings is gone. Okay, take me to Blockbuster. I need to rent a video. Oh no, that's gone too. They don't have videos anymore. Everything's online. What? What's online? There's this thing called Wi-Fi that you connect to, and I have a phone that connects right to the internet.
Think of that, man.
Yeah, how your mind would be so blown by the internet.
Well, and think of this. Somebody said, think of the history she has missed. I mean, consider this. She was in a coma for 9/11.
Jeez.
She's missed a lot of world events that changed our culture.
Yeah.
Like society as we know it.
What if she was looking forward to Terminator Judgment Day like you are with Endgame, and she was just like, what happened? Judgment Day, Arnold. What if she wants to know what happened?
Yeah.
Let's get it going.
How would you explain the Kardashians to someone who's been asleep for 30 years?
She's
That's
got
what
a
somebody said.
lot of binge watching to catch up on.
No, dude, no.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
how do you explain that? Like, hey, there's this television's now really mostly just cameramen following real people around to watch their tragically terrible lives.
Right.
You are now going to be a star because of your story.
The World Season. When did the Real World Season 1 come out? Let's see here. It came out and because that was the 1992. So she's never seen a reality show because the Real World Season 1 was the first reality show. Puck was my favorite. Actually, no, he was kind of weird. Anyways.
Yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. Be thankful, guys. Be thankful. We can walk. We can talk.
Somebody says this is actually something we've talked about in my communication studies class. How do you explain the iPhone to someone who doesn't understand the internet?
I wonder if there's a video.
Like, you can't even explain to her, like, this is a computer in your pocket, because she's like, well, what's a computer?
Yeah.
91. Like, where do you even begin to try and explain things? Like, the world is interconnected now through this thing called the internet. And for years, it was just, this device. But now, like, our phone, there's no cords to our phones anymore. You can keep it with you wherever you are. I don't even know.
Somebody actually asked this question. How would you explain smartphones to someone from the medieval times?
That's a good question. How would you?
I'll have to get back to you. There's a lot here. So, someone said, honestly, depending on who you were dealing with in the Middle Ages, calling it clockwork with gears smaller than a grain of flour would probably be sufficient and close enough analogy to the truth. Okay. Well, I don't know. I'll get back to you guys on that. Yeah.
Aaron said, wow, she must have been the person keeping humanity sane. Without her, we fell into craziness, like thinking about everything that's happened since 91. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yep, there you go. But praise God, dude. She's awake. She's
Amen.
alert.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break. Live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling, Star 88 Studios. Thanks for joining us on YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. Also, if you'd like to call in, 505-338-3700. Put it in your phone. Give us a call when we come back if you'd like. Chime in. What's the live line to text in?
505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
Nice!
Yeah, text in, be a part of the show.
Matthew, Pat, Tim, Sarah. A lot of people chiming in on YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. We'll be right back.
A portion of the programming this hour is made possible by a generous gift from Rain Tunnel Car Spa, with 4 Albuquerque locations, providing car washes, detailing, and gasoline. The Rain Tunnel Car Spa, a power partner of Star 88. Info online at raintunnelcarspa.com.
Calvary is going west soon and very soon. Sunday, May 5th. Skeptics welcomed, addicts freed, families restored, divisions erased, lonely hearts loved, broken lives healed. Life Change starts Sunday, May 5th at 9:45 a.m. Calvary goes west. Coors in Montana. Find out more at calvarynm.church.
A Star 88 Supernova with Greg Laurie.
Half the time, I'll work on a message for a long time. And I'll have the analogy about a dog. And I love the dog story. Really? Is that all? Just the dog stories? That all you remember? Well, it's something, I guess. But the point is that when someone hears what you say, that's wonderful. And so when we say, Lord, I've been reading your promises and I remember your promises and I'm reminding you of your promises, that's a good thing. See, that reminds us that we don't just read through the Bible, we pray through the Bible. Because the Bible is filled with promises. Someone estimated there are 3,000 promises to believers found on the pages of Scripture. Now, I don't know if that number is accurate. If you want to go check this week and get a new number to me, I might use your number for a while.
Catch Greg Laurie's teaching show, A New Beginning, on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. on 107.1 FM.
Running on the sideline right now. This feel like a lifetime. I go losing all my patience somehow. Feeling the vibrations of you now. Tell me, are you sad or sad? When no one's left to wipe your tears off. I know how you feel alone, but I'm right there with you. Tales die down. I can't even tell nothing's up. Yeah, gotta find a lighthouse. Losing sight of why I started. I hear you outside. Sorry, I couldn't say
to divorce. Yeah, lonely holidays, child. All I see is tears when it rains down. I can't even let it satisfy. Driving around the city, satellite. Married till I die. Baby, hit the road side by side. Running on the sideline right now. This feel like a lifetime. I doubt losing all my patience somehow. Feeling the vibrations of you now. Tell me, are you sad or sad? When no one's left to wipe your tears off. I know you feel alone, but I'm right there with you. With you. Yeah, always there with you. On Star 88, going to be here for Freedom Celebration. It's coming up, guys. 2 days. June
21st.
1st and 22nd. You don't need tickets. It's free.
freedomabq.org for all the details.
Thank you.
Isotopes Park, Jordan Felice, Sanctus Real.
Yes.
Our boy Phil Wickham, Battle Drums will be there.
Oh,
Gavi.
Phil. Yes, Gavi.
Josh Baldwin. Ryan Stevenson.
Yep.
Basically
great.
just said everything about it.
We'll be there.
Yes, we
We
will.
host it. Yes, we host. And fireworks and lots of fun. So, make plans, guys. It is 8:23.
High today of 78 degrees.
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
Pretty dramatic. I don't know. Good morning, everybody.
I just want to be happy.
I know you do. Me too, lady. Welcome to the program. April 25th, the day that the Avengers Endgame hits theaters here in America. No spoilers, please. Oh, we got Chuck There Be Live coming up at 9. That's right, 9. Get your questions in. Studio at star88.fm. You can text in. You can YouTube your question. You can even call when we kick it off with the High Six. Nate and Janae. Janae. Going to be joining us.
Is she?
I mean, I am assuming. I don't know. She just does what she wants. She just shows up whenever she wants.
You know, Nate's
listening,
willy-nilly.
going,
Oh, man, now I got to invite her?
He doesn't have to invite her. She is welcome. Anytime.
Anytime.
That's right. What do you think, Nate owns the station?
No.
I mean, technically, he kind of does.
Okay.
All right. I wanted to talk about this because, wow. I mean, you know, dress code. You had a dress code. You went to NIMI.
I did.
Military school.
Yeah.
You had a dress code.
I did.
Where?
As a student, my boys have a dress code.
Okay.
At Ames. They
See,
have
I
to
think
wear...
that would be awesome. I would have loved to have had just one outfit that I had to wear every day at school. It could take the pressure off of having to, like, wear cool clothes to try to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, kids are. They bully other kids if they're not wearing Nikes or, you know, I just hated that. Always trying to look cool. And if it was just had to wear one thing, I think it takes it away, right? But I don't know. Did it? I'm sure you still got bullied in other ways, but did you feel like you didn't have that pressure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. My boys like it too, because it does take off the pressure. Of course, it also means that they're more expressive with their clothes when they aren't there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say that and now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, no, that's me. They're definitely not. They're pretty chill.
Yeah.
It's not a thing to them.
I feel like we should have a dress code here.
Here?
One outfit.
Nope.
That's it.
Nah.
A romper.
I had a job where there was a dress code, and I will say I wasn't stoked as an adult.
Which job?
When I first started at GameStop, it was kind of cool and
Really?
like indie and, you know, like, oh yeah. And then they started buying up like EB Games and Funko and all these different things. And it turned corporate. And then next thing you know, it's like, no more jeans and whatever. And I'm going, wait, what? I'm jeans and t-shirt guy.
Yeah.
You can't give me a dress code. I'm an adult. So.
Man, life was hard for you, man. I'm
It
sorry.
was so hard, bro.
Well, this is a story out of Houston. It's making the news. And really, this shouldn't be news because, well, it's a high school just implemented a dress code. So that happens all the time.
Yeah, totally.
Well, except that the dress code, it's not for the kids. It's for the parents.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to say it's probably for the teachers, and I was joking parents. Are you serious?
Dress code for the parents.
I was totally joking, thinking it was going to be for the teachers.
So, Mrs. Brown is the principal
gosh.
at James Madison High School in Houston.
Nah, dog. Nope. Nope.
Nope?
Okay, well, I guess I need to hear more. I'm immediately, anti-establishment, apparently, because I'm already mad for parents.
Okay.
But
all right.
let's calm down.
Calm down.
Cooler
dude.
heads
Just
prevail.
relax.
Let's take in all of the information before we just get angry over a headline. Facebook people.
So, the principal, Mrs. Brown, she sent out a letter earlier this month to the parents telling them they need to start dressing more appropriately when they're dropping off or picking up their kids. It includes a ban on, okay, you ready?
Yep.
Hair rollers. Oh, that was weird. Pajamas. There it is. Slippers. Visible underwear. Jeans with rips on the butt. Very low cut tops. Sagging pants. And short shorts. There you go. That's the ban is on all of that for the parents. Yep. Hair rollers, though, gosh, man, got to get that hair done, and sometimes it takes a while to get those curls. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Mrs. Brown says she's implementing the policy, quote, to prepare our children and let them know daily the appropriate attire they are supposed to wear when entering a building, going somewhere, or applying for a job. You know what? I think I like this this principle. I think this is a clip of one of the moms. She's not too happy about it.
I can see if it's a student, yes, they have a dress code. I understand that, but I'm not a student, so I have no dress code. So who are you to tell me how to dress? But when I got to Madison High School, they refused me access to the premises because of what I had on. She said that my headscarf was out of dress code and my dress was too short. Not saying it's a part of my religion, but it could have been. I just wanted to wear it up. Who are you to say that I can't wear my hair up in a scarf?
Amen.
I'm mad. I'm furious. My child's education, anyone's child's education should be more important than what someone has on. That shouldn't matter.
Yeah, that was a mom in Houston. She wasn't allowed to register a 15-year-old daughter at the school because of the outfit the mom was wearing. She was wearing a long T-shirt as a dress and a scarf tied around her head. And a female school administrator said it violated their dress code and wouldn't let her on school grounds.
Somebody said when I taught in an elementary school, one of my students' parents would come in super tiny clothes and really short Spanx, and it was super awkward. Man, I'm like, Starmy, help. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the parents are unhappy about it. And so is the Houston Federation of Teachers. A spokesperson says, quote, having body parts exposed is one thing. Turning someone away because they're hairs and rollers, that's a little ridiculous. Some of that stuff seems a little classist, is what one of the administrator people from the teachers
it's kind of weird, man. I mean, Brandon says, don't dress crazy. Makes sense to me. But old Reeb says it sounds comfy.
Yeah, pajamas, hair rollers, slippers. That should be... I don't.
I want to know what the ladies think because right now all the dudes are like, "Have some class." Thanks,
Yeah.
Carl. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and then the ladies are like, that's, hey, stay-at-home moms who drop off their kids. So
there's a ban on very low-cut tops, short shorts, visible underwear, jeans with rips on the butt. Come on, ladies. Have some class.
Remember the Stormy said, "Is she single?" Okay.
All right. Well.
Somebody else said, I used to fight with my boss. Lucky I'm good at what I do or I'd be fired. Thank Jesus. B, he helps me control my anger now. I never wear my complete uniform. I think he's afraid to confront me about it. Is it bad that I still take advantage of the old me? I'm not supposed to wear Vans and jeans, but I do anyway. I like style and hate uniforms, so that's my way of being different at work. That just sounds defiant. You're an employee, and you've got like a dress code. I will say, I've been there. I know what you mean, because there was a dress code here. Remember, dudes couldn't wear shorts.
Yeah.
And we had to fight for our right as men.
That's right.
Because the ladies could wear skirts.
That's
but
right.
There was a dress code that was like, you can't wear shorts. And we're like, the air conditioner is broken in the studios.
Yes.
It is hot as hot.
Yep.
And we actually had to fight and got that dress code changed.
That's right. Dex and Steve-O did, guys. We did. We can wear whatever we want. Well, not whatever we want, but I mean, we can wear shorts anytime.
Somebody said, this is absolutely ridiculous. It is not a school's job to tell adults how to dress. While I agree with the reasoning behind it, a child's education should be worried about more than how their parents are dressing. On the flip side, somebody said, I think it's good. I think the education starts at home and parents need to set a good example. I'm a lady. The parents need to show class, even stay-at-home moms.
Yeah, and so the whole reason behind the principal doing this is because, well, she's trying to prepare these children to, when this isn't appropriate. When you go out into the real world, you need to dress appropriately. You don't show up in pajamas, slippers, holes in your butt, sagging pants. Come on.
Yeah.
So I get it. She's just trying to teach the kids, because these parents are ridiculous.
So you can impress that upon children with your dress code, but can you as a school really implement a dress code for parents? Because they're on like the grounds?
I wonder. Well,
like,
they
what if
denied.
Calvary, so we have a dress code as a staff. What if they started implementing a dress code for patrons? Like parishioners, guests.
Yeah. I mean,
they have the right to do that.
They have the right. I mean, you're not allowed to smoke on campus, so I guess they could totally do that. It would be an awful thing to do. Because that's one thing I do love about Calvary is that you can come as you are,
Nirvana.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you were. As I want you to be.
Yes.
Brandy, California says, have some class. Parents should be role models. That doesn't sound like dropping off clothes. It sounds like going to the building code. What? Everybody should have to follow the same rules. Parents are not exempt. Somebody says, so how does denying that child admission to the school because the way her mother was dressed help further her education? Somebody else said, I think the dress code is great. Take pride in yourself, ladies. On another note, I think the general population needs a dress code. Far too often I see women dressed for the body they want versus the body they have.
Are you saying President Trump should come up with a dress code? Is that what you're saying?
Somebody said, no, not saying that. Another parent is like, wait. Parents get out of the car when they drop their kids off? If I don't, does that make me a bad parent?
I mean, no, I don't know. We're talking about this high school in Houston just implemented a dress code for parents. The principal sent out a letter telling parents they need to dress more appropriately when they're dropping off or picking up their kids, which includes a ban on pajamas, slippers, jeans with rips on the butt, and short shorts.
High school is such a serious thing. These problems matter.
Yes, they do. That's why we're talking about it.
As a teacher at a middle school, I'm all right with it. Anytime a parent does something that violates policy, like dropping off kids in the wrong spot, I always say the same thing. You expect your kids to follow rules at our school, and we expect you to as well.
Yes.
Obviously, at this school, it's a major problem. Otherwise, the policy wouldn't have been enacted. So, all
right.
I don't know, man. Somebody said, yeah, bro, it's the real world, not Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody said, all right, you want to talk about how to help in the real world? Why not implement classes that have to do with the real world? Financial advice, public speaking, how to interview, etc. That makes more sense than forcing the parents to dress differently.
Yeah, teach us how to do laundry and bake. How about that, schools?
High school is such a serious thing. These problems matter.
Nice! It's so fresh.
Somebody said, imagine what would have happened if Chuck Smith back in the day didn't allow hippies to come to his church barefoot. There would be no Calvary today.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's very
Somebody
true.
said, how about minding your own business, school, and letting people dress however they want, Judgy McJudgerson?
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Take it easy, buddy.
Yeah, somebody said I think it'd be different if the dress code was for parents that are doing something on the campus, but just dropping off your child does not need a dress code.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, you guys can chime in on YouTube Live at Star 88 FM. What's the live line to text in?
That's 505-585-LIVE. 505-585-5483. Text and be a part of the show.
Phone lines are open if you'd like to call in. Yes, we love talking to you, hearing your voice. 505-338-3700. We'll be right back. Hang on.
Resistance is not necessarily a sign that you're out of God's will. Resistance is often a sign that you're doing exactly what God called you to do.
Need some divine direction? Here's Craig Rochelle on a Star 88 PowerPoint.
So many people, whenever things get tough, they start to think, well, God must not be in on this. When do you think your enemy attacks? Is it when you're not doing anything for the glory of God? No, your enemy attacks when you are. Resistance is not necessarily a sign that you're out of God's will. Resistance is often a sign that you're doing exactly what God called you to do. Feel that. Let me say it again. Let it soak in. Let it soak in. Just because things aren't going right doesn't necessarily mean you're out of God's will. Whenever you're being attacked, that may be a direct indication that you're doing exactly what it is that God called you to do. The struggle that you're having today is developing the spiritual strength that you need tomorrow. Trust God's process. Trust God's process.
Now that's a PowerPoint with Craig Rochelle on Star 88.
This is my hour, Daphne. You have something that I wanna keep. We get carried away. Don't stop. I've got nothing but time, so go down when you wanna start. Oh, I don't wanna stay. How about you run fast, escape? But you won't let me go. I said she's on stereo. We started a fuse. We started a tidal wave with a spark, and I don't know you. So are you sticking around, or you just passing through? This is my heart. My future's in your laugh. Your colors in my photograph. We started a fuse. We started a tidal wave with a spark, and I don't know you, but you're what I want, that's all. You're what I want. This is my heart. Daphne. You have something that I wanna keep. We get carried away.
Andrew Bell, Dive Deep, Star 88, 841.
High today of 78 degrees.
What's going on in the news today?
Alarming new numbers in the measles outbreak.
The CDC confirms there are more than 650 cases in the U.S.
We've located what we believe to be the body of Andrew A.J. Friend.
He was reported missing by his parents nearly a week ago.
Both parents have been charged with first-degree murder.
The president vows to fight Congress in court.
We're fighting all the subpoenas. I say it's enough.
Deadly storm system sweeping across several states, bringing flash floods and water rescues.
A man in the San Francisco Bay Area is accused of intentionally plowing his car into a crowd.
Luke Walton, the former coach of the LA Lakers and Sacramento Kings, accused of sexually assaulting a sports reporter.
James Holzhauer has done it again.
15-day total of $1,135,175.
Okay, dude, you're smart. Whatever.
Hi.
Oh, good morning. Coming at you. Coming at you right now. Good morning. Apparently listening to sad music when you're sad can make you feel happy. I don't know about this. Is this real? New study had people who were depressed listen to different types of music, and they preferred sad songs over happy ones. Turns out listening to sad music when you're sad can actually make you happier. Yeah. Okay. Sure. They said people in the study had to listen to different songs that were either sad, neutral, or happy, and they tended to prefer slow, sad songs. Like, this is why I got this song this morning. Adagio for Strings. Yes, it's from the movie Platoon.
Adagio.
That is a sad. Gosh.
Scientifically, it's one of the saddest songs ever.
Yeah, it
actually
is. It really is. Yeah, I totally agree.
You know, I honestly think this is probably pretty accurate.
Yep.
Because I think when confronted with certain things, like when you're in a certain mood, it causes you to really pay attention to those emotions and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think, honestly, if I'm like in a really down mood, songs like that could probably get me through it. In the moment, it's not better. Like, I'm not like, man, I'm so happy I'm listening to this song.
How does this make you feel, man? Tell me your feelings.
Pretty indifferent. You're playing songs that are like instrumentals, and those don't make me sad.
But how do you feel? Go ahead.
I'm okay, I guess. I mean, it's been a rough season.
No, I don't think so.
It's been hard. Feeling like I'm just wearing a mask.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And
put this mud on your face. Put this mud on your face.
You know, I don't want to say any of these things because then all of a sudden when I'm gone, people will think, wow, he was really trying to reach out.
Take your mask off, dude. Take it off, man.
What if I was wearing a literal mask?
A luchador mask?
Yeah. But it was really like my face. And underneath it, it was a different face.
How creepy would that be?
Like Tom Cruise
That'd be
in Mission
so
Impossible.
creepy, man.
But I chose this face because
Right?
I was like, this face is cool. Mildly attractive, you know, but not like too attractive to where people would like be suspicious that I'm clearly wearing a mask. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden I'm like, time to take off the mask.
Take
and I
it
pull
off,
it off. And I actually was Tom Cruise. I'm a little tall to be Tom, but somebody said this is true for dramas as well. I watched so many dramas when I went through my separation, and it was oddly comforting.
Really?
And now I'm happy, and I prefer comedies.
Huh.
Huh. Somebody makes me feel contemplative.
Yes. Contemplative. Yes. Oh my gosh, this just rips my soul apart right now. Oh. From the depths of my soul, I give you life.
One ring to rule them all. Wrong movie.
Yep.
Somebody said embracing your emotions and working through them, even by making yourself sadder, is actually a better way to get better than trying to pretend and force yourself into a better mood. That's what I'm saying. You just said it more eloquently and scientifical.
Yeah, it's true.
I honestly believe that. Like, if I'm in an anger ball or in a state of sadness, I'll throw on something that just, like, kickstarts it. So I'm like, all right, let's get through these emotions, people. Trying to move on from this moment, but
Stop holding back.
because they didn't call me back.
Stop holding back.
I don't know what to do.
Stop holding back.
Because I'm ready to go.
I love you.
Okay.
We're done for today. So thank you for coming in.
Okay.
I'll see you
Nope,
next
that's
week
actually
around
not
the
true.
same time. I'm trying to be like a therapist. Right now.
Oh,
That's what my therapist
got
does.
it. I'm like, we're
He's
not
like,
done. We
well,
still have like.
is there anything else you wanted to talk about? And I'm like, I think I'm good. All right. Well, I'll see you next week. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye now. Door slams me in the butt. Okay. Bye. I can't.
Now I just got to go watch a sad movie to feel better. or something.
Okay. Don't watch Platoon. It's awful. Remember Hamburger Hill? Oof. Don't watch that one either.
James says, when I listen to music, it directly relates to how I feel. Sad music makes me feel sad. Happy music makes me feel happy. My children, my bride makes me feel like I can do anything.
I just want to be happy.
Huh. Rosalind was sad because she swears the song you were playing was from The Notebook. And
I mean,
now she's crying.
Yeah. So that gets me every time. It was actually.
Yeah.
Gosh, man.
Our girl Nikki said she does this. She listens to a lot of AFI on like dark, rainy days.
Good call.
Yeah, no, that's perfect mood records for certain days. I do the same thing. I'm like, it's a Snow Patrol kind of day.
Gosh, I haven't listened to AFI in a while. I'm going to put that on my playlist real quick. Sorry, guys. I just don't want to forget. I just love that. Anyways, Shock Therapy Live's coming up, guys. We know you're depressed, lonely, and sad. That's why we do Shock Therapy Live.
I mean, that is actually a good reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So far, we've got some really good questions for Shock Therapy Live.
Good.
We don't have any questions. We don't have any. We got none.
They're coming in, dude.
Studio at star88.fm. If you'd like to email in, you can also text in 505-585-LIVE. If you want to be a part of the show like that. To be fair, I'm not reading the live line because I'm just too worried about in-game spoilers that I've just... Yeah. We won't be taking any phone calls today.
Hello?
Oh, great.
Hello?
What's up, guys?
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
You're so happy, aren't you?
What's going on, man?
I don't know, man.
I know. I do know.
What is going on? That's the question.
Yeah, you know what? It's this thing called life. It's hard if you make it hard, but at the end of the day, man, it's just putting a smile on people's face and smiling yourself. You gotta laugh, and you gotta enjoy it no matter what.
Yeah,
I mean,
you do.
I guess.
I agree.
Yeah, it's a gift. It's a gift.
Keeping on.
You know what I mean?
Full
Because
story.
we're around people like all the time and stuff, and we want to, you don't have to hide it, but you know what I'm saying? It's just, I love people, man.
Well, I don't know.
And I love you.
So you're saying take the mask off. Take it off.
Yeah.
No, leave it on.
Oh.
Leave it. It gets taken off. It
Go
gets
ahead.
taken off when your time is done here on Earth.
That, you know what?
What?
I like that. And you know what? When we get to heaven, then the mask comes off. I like that.
That's right, buddy.
Then you're protected.
That's right.
You're safe.
It's the truth, man.
Yeah, I get you, man. Thank you so
All right,
much.
man. I got to get here, break down this filter, fix this salt generator, and get to work.
I'm so sorry, man. You have to do that. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah. No, I'm not. I love it. I love you guys.
Love you, bro.
Later.
Somebody said it.
Oh, what?
Oh.
So
Sorry,
go
you're
ahead.
like
No,
drowning me out.
It's fine, bro.
Go ahead.
No, it's your show.
Remember the story we said, if I want to cry,
Yes?
I go to church. And I listen to Tamara sing because she gets me every time.
Tam, are you in here?
That could be taken multiple ways. Because a few of our worship leaders make me cry, but I don't know. Tam, actually, seriously, gosh, that girl can sing.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Tune in to the all-new Sad FM.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Sad FM.
I'm sorry that I let you down.
All sad, all the time.
Are we flipping formats right now? It's happening.
Home of the super sad workday. Always only 2 in a row.
When your day is long.
Wake up to the mundane morning show.
Shelley's sick again today.
Then the dismal drive home.
Everybody hurt.
And go to bed with our nighttime show, Lonely Nights.
That's what type of station can relate to this.
Sad FM. Tune in today and see how long a workday can be. Sad FM.
Punch me as hard as you can. Make sure I get
in
knocked
the
out.
face!
Make sure you knock me out, dude.
Why do we do that though?
What?
Like allow it to like just overtake us for so long. Trish says, "Man, the problem here. You know what we're doing? We don't have any questions for Shock Therapy Live, so they're like the guys are trying to get us all depressed so that we'll chime in for Shock Therapy Live. Like, well, I didn't have problems, and now you're making me sad.
That's right, man.
Yeah, I just started thinking about him. I got issues.
That's not good. That's not good.
I don't know, man. So according to science, basically listening to sad music can help you not be sad anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's what we were talking about. A new study found that listening to sad music when you're depressed can make you feel happier than upbeat music does. The researchers think it's because uplifting music is just irritating when you're feeling sad. Put on that Radiohead.
I'm 50-50 because there are times where a certain, like no joke, and this isn't a Jesus juke, for real. If I'm in a state of like despair, which is rare, I mean, whatever. There are certain worship songs that honestly cause me to cry more, that are supposed to be these joyful, contemplative, whatever, tracks that will, and then flips the script on me. Yeah. And then I'm like in a different state. So, and those are supposed to be joyful, you know what I'm saying? When I was a little boy, my brother stole my favorite toy. It was a Han Solo action figure with a blaster pistol. So I had to take him to his grave. What? No, wow.
Grave?
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was
Wow.
his favorite toy. You don't mess with my Han Solo action figure.
No kidding.
Yeah, it went dark fast.
For real.
Sorry, guys.
Let's see. There was a similar study recently where people who were depressed said that sad music was almost like a supportive friend they could lean on.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
I totally agree with that. Because if you're in this place and all of a sudden you hear somebody else and they're like lyrically just going, yes, I feel this.
Yes.
You're like, oh, I'm not alone in this. I'm going to get through this. Austin says, I feel like this is similar to the study with aggressive music, where they said it helped people stay calm, allowing them to explore the range of emotions and get over them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Trish says, Broken Together was my cry song before my husband and I got back together and got married.
Wow. You want to know what my cry song is?
What?
You once, twice, three times a lady.
It's a good one. Of course, this is my fallback song if I can't get to the Commodores. It's from Dumbo.
Oh my God.
Makes me feel like I'm wrapped in a blanket, like a burrito. Just being swaddled to sleep. Rock me now. Will you wrap me like a burrito?
Anna, our dear friend in Las Cruces, said reading sad books actually helped me get through depression.
What if you were dating somebody and all of a sudden they were like, can you wrap me in a blanket like a burrito? That's how I like to sleep. Can you imagine? Come on, anybody out there is an adult that can admit that they like to get wrapped like a burrito?
No,
like when you were a baby?
No, nobody likes that.
I mean, I've never really done it as an adult, so.
That's true,
maybe.
actually.
I don't know.
Oh, man. See, Katie says when I work out, I need angsty music because it gets me super motivated.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then half of the people are actually talking about my t-shirt randomly because I took my hoodie off and I've got a t-shirt on. And it's like, what is this t-shirt? What does it mean? What
Illuminati? Is that a Illuminati shirt?
No, dude.
What is that?
This is my uniform for Avengers Endgame later.
Oh, my gosh.
Seriously? What? Everybody's got to have a t-shirt. What are you wearing to Avengers Endgame? You're not going to go in a costume?
No.
I'm a grown man, so I can't go in a costume. Yeah. I got this a few years ago from my friend Bill, who works for Marvel. This is actually
cool.
a Marvel. You couldn't buy it. Now I'm just bragging. Like it's an actual from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
This was when they were doing their
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got to go to break. So get those questions in. You're all sad, and lonely, and depressed, and ready to dump all of your baggage on us. You can be anonymous. Studio at star88.fm.
We have a great question for Shock Therapy Live we just got. So.
All right, the Height 6, Nate, Janae, we think it's going to be here, but we'll get to those questions and your phone calls when we come back live from the Dreamstyle Remodeling Star 88 Studios.
Here's Skip Heitzig with a word about Calvary College.
I'm thrilled to invite you to take your life's purpose to a whole new level with a degree in biblical studies from Calvary College. We have retooled our School of Ministry into an associate degree program, and it all happens right here on campus. Calvary College instructors are theologians who are passionate about the text of the Bible. And our curriculum trains students to study the Bible academically, think about it critically, and serve God practically. Classes are evening only, and you have the option to attend full or part-time. If you've always wanted to learn more about God and His Word in an academic environment, visit calvaryabq.college. Applications for the upcoming academic year are due by August 16th.
Get more information about Calvary College at calvaryabq.college. That's calvaryabq.college.
A supernova on Star 88 with David Jeremiah.
The newness of the heaven and of the earth shall be like our own. We shall be the same persons with the same soul that we are now, but we will be made entirely new. Our newness is like the newness of the earth and the heavens. Or Albert Barnes says it this way: if the world is to be renovated by fire, such a renovation will give an appearance to the globe as if it were created brand new, and it might be attended with such apparent change in the heavens that they might be said to be new. So the new heavens and the new earth are going to be refurbished, cleansed. There's going to be a fire cleansing, just like in the Old Testament when the world was deluged by the flood and it was cleansed by the water. God promised Noah that that would never happen again. This time he's going to do it with fire.
Turning Point with David Jeremiah. Don't miss it on our sister station, KNKT, weekdays at 11 a.m. on 107.1 FM. This is KLYT, Albuquerque, Santa Fe. Rebroadcast on KKCJ, Cannon Air Force Base. KPKJ, Mintmore. K201CC, Las Cruces. K203EZ, Alamogordo. K207CQ, Gallup. K211CW, Hobbs. K212EH, Silver City. K214DE, Antonito. K218AK, Artesia. K250AB, Roswell. K293AO, Alamosa. K228DQ, Portales. In the free app for iOS and Android. And online at star88.fm.
One day at a time, say. One day at a time, say. Sometimes I feel just like I did in the 8th grade. All alone, insecure, and so very afraid. Seems like everybody else, they got it figured out, while I'm stuck here in another nervous breakdown. Life crashes like a panic attack. The fear of the future breaks me in half. I try so hard, but it's a losing fight. I fake a smile in the day and fall apart at night. I'm laying awake cause I just can't sleep. I toss and I turn but can't find no peace. I keep praying to God, He keeps telling me, don't worry, don't worry, don't bother.
Morning Invasion brings you Shock Therapy Live, featuring Pastor Nate Heitzig. Call now, 338-3700, or email us at studio@star88.fm.
That's right, everybody. That's right. Good morning. Good morning. Gosh, this is embarrassing. I didn't even realize the intro was playing. And where's Nate at?
Well, I mean, I did say he was stuck in traffic, but
so we're gonna have to.
The
just
computer
wait.
didn't get the memo. Decided to. Decided to play the intro. So.
I was listening to The Cure, just like Heaven wasn't paying attention.
Please continue to hold.
La. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Gosh, man. Edward Hill is his name. It is Shock Therapy Live. Guys, pour your questions in.
Yeah.
At any moment, Nate, maybe Janae will be showing up to take your questions to help you.
Well, we have somebody who chimed in who's really, really bummed.
Hit me, dude. Just
really
I'll
bummed.
answer it. I got it.
They said, hey, guys, question for Shock Therapy Live. Trying to get through this. I'm a little bummed.
I'll take over for Nate.
I accidentally read the first 5 or 6 words from an article about Endgame before I swiped it away, and I feel like I know too much already. What do I do?
Oh, darn it. Wrong one. Darn
That
it.
is a big problem.
Hi, Nate. You made it, buddy.
You made it.
Is Paseo
To be
pretty
fair,
bad?
I told
Paseo,
everybody.
Montano, and I-40.
Wow.
Told everybody you were running late.
Dang.
Did you?
But yeah, but the computer didn't get the memo, and it totally fired off the intro.
Yeah.
It's like, oh!
Because I was listening to the show on the way in because I texted you
I know.
pretty
I told him.
early on.
I know, and I told him.
I know. I was not.
He was paying attention.
I didn't hear it.
My bad, guys.
No, I told him off air. Like, hey, he's a few minutes late with Spike and
But you should have told the listener audience
Are we getting yelled
so
at
that
right
they so that they wouldn't have had to if they were driving like traffic report like hey avoid those
we've done
areas.
that all morning,
We
dude.
did. People have been.
Yeah, man.
People have been
Dude,
calling
it's bad. It was bad yesterday too.
We got
No
some
fun.
serious questions today for Shock Therapy Live, man, and I know you're just like in the zone because you just got here because you were stuck in traffic.
We didn't have any serious questions until you guys had like a pity party listening to sad music.
Oh, you didn't like our pity party?
No, not a fan.
We were trying something new to see if we get some
Sad
people to
FM,
chime
bro.
in, dude.
Come on.
Sad
Here we go.
FM.
Serious question for you guys. How does Spider-Man always stick to the walls without ripping parts of the walls off? Because think about it. If you had 180 pounds hanging on like the ceiling or the wall from just fingertips, how could it support the weight?
Here's my answer to that question.
Yeah.
Can you throw a plate against a wall?
Well, yeah.
How do you pick up a plate and not throw it against the wall every time you pick up a plate?
Oh.
Because you control your body.
Yeah.
So Spider-Man controls his body. He controls his ability. Like if you think about it, when he first learned, he couldn't unstick.
A real answer.
He couldn't unstick.
Wow.
But then he learned how to control his body. He learned how to control his powers, and so he doesn't do it in the same way that you can pick up a plate without throwing it against the wall.
And I want to know like the weight and density of a spider because he's got the powers of a spider. So we don't know that he weighs 180 pounds.
But even the weight and density of a man. If I pick up I can do this.
Go ahead.
Now it's like this is way lighter. I could go gah.
Yeah.
And what if every time I pick something up, sorry, I'm such a big man. I just can't help but throw things if they're small.
Well, he doesn't exactly like pick and choose where he's like climbing the ceiling though. So I understand like if he's not on like a beam or something, like how does the drywall sustain his weight? That's a good question, but we don't know his weight.
Yeah.
What if I take this glass right here? What if I just do this? Oh,
wow.
Oh.
You can Dex, you can stop it. Stop it.
What are you going to do now,
control
Nate?
it.
What are you going to do now?
Oh man. Everything's broken. Everything's broken.
Precious glass.
Wow, that was really like durable. That one didn't break.
Wow.
That was
That's impressive.
seriously. It like bounced off the wall.
So
Sorry,
here's
got
a
emotional.
question. How are leaks already out for Avengers Endgame? The movie isn't out yet. I mean, it doesn't come out till 6 o'clock, right?
Monday was the premiere in LA. So they've shown it already. Kevin Feige did announce that there are real spoilers on the internet, and he was like trying to dissuade people from posting spoilers, and in retaliation, some hackers actually leaked the entire film. So the film's actually out. You could probably find it if you're a seedy underground jerk face.
I need to find some CD Underground jerk faces.
No way, dude. Would you really want to see Endgame on like your phone or a computer screen, knowing that this is
I don't
like
know.
a grand epic?
So real, like, heartfelt issue that I'm having right now.
Yeah.
My wife goes out of town today at 4:00, and she doesn't come back till Monday night.
You cheat on her? Are you gonna be a
cheat.
cheater?
You
Bro.
movie cheat. Nathan.
It's hard, man.
Listen, bro.
Did she tell you not to watch it without her?
We have been friends forever. I'm one of your close friends. You cheat, bro.
Did she say not to watch it without her?
You?
Well, I told her, I was like, babe, Avengers comes out. She's like, you better not watch it.
Oh, gosh. You better not then, dude.
Shame on Janae. I wish she were here. I'd say, shame
You should
on
call
you.
her. You should call her.
Because seriously,
What's her number? I don't
here's
know,
the thing. Like, if this were the case with Chrissy and I know she would tell me to see it because she knows if something were spoiled for me, I would blame her for the rest of her life.
That's good. What?
Is he? Who's she talking to, bro?
That's not. Do I have to press 505 or anything?
No,
before?
no. I mean,
Sometimes
I
the
don't
phone
think
is
so. Are you sure you know your wife's phone number?
You know your wife's phone number? That's cool.
I mean,
good for you, man.
Yeah.
Janae,
It's a problem though, man.
Yeah, a lot of people Netflix cheat, dude.
Yeah. Let's see if she answers. Someone's calling us though too.
It's probably her.
I wonder if it's her.
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Were you calling us on the other line?
No.
Oh,
No?
okay.
Oh.
We might have a real question.
We're
That's
just-
okay. This is
we're,
important.
We're having a conversation about being committed,
Yeah.
and being true to a relationship, and
Yeah.
the issues of infidelity,
Yes.
and promiscuity.
And
when it comes to watching television shows and movies,
I need to confess, I just told Nate to cheat on you.
He
I
did. He just
told
told me.
Nate.
He just told me
I
to.
just instructed him as a close friend that it was absolutely okay for him to cheat on you. So I just want you to know I'm
Yeah.
confessing,
Mhm.
but I'm still instructing him to do so preemptively.
Really? What are you having him cheat on me for?
Listen,
or when, or who?
Listen, Janae, listen to me. Avengers Endgame is the biggest movie in the world, and there's no way. There's
Oh,
no way.
Don't you dare. Nope. Nope.
There's no way he can go till Monday without something being spoiled. You selfish jerk.
You're setting him up to sin, is what you're doing.
Yeah, because you know what's going to happen? Something's going to get spoiled, and he's going to resent you for the rest of your life.
Oh my God.
Exactly right.
No.
Amen.
He loves me more than Avengers.
Because if Chrissy and I were in this situation, I wouldn't even pretend like I wasn't going to see it without
yeah,
her.
but that's because you have like a million tattoos all over your body that are superheroes.
That's true.
My brother.
Good call,
I
sir.
almost said my brother. My husband is not a child still in that way, so he could be a big boy and win.
Okay. Do you know your husband? Don't even front like he's not so excited for Avengers.
He is so excited. We've been watching the previews. We're very excited, but we like to celebrate those things together.
Yeah,
you know, it's like a holiday.
Can we celebrate them together and apart?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
like, listen,
wow.
you can't. Listen,
You're a cheater.
Chrissy knows how much I love New York, and if I had an opportunity to go to New York, she'd just be like, "Well, the next time we both go." So why doesn't he go? And you just allow
But he
him this
cheats on me all the
fulfillment
time
and
with
joy?
movies.
You're a cheater.
There's just certain big ones that if he crosses the line, it's like really
To be
peaceful.
fair, I cheat on movies that she doesn't care about.
Yeah, so that's not cheating.
No, that's
not
not
cheating.
always. That's
Yeah.
not always true.
In general.
Oftentimes you'll be out of town, you'll be like, "Oh, I did see that."
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
usually,
"Cool, dude."
it's movies that I don't think you're going to care about. It's like I went and saw Us without you because I
no,
didn't
but
think you'd
you
care
knew
about
I
it.
specifically didn't want to see that. I haven't
seen that yet.
It's not worth it.
Dang it!
It's really lame.
It's really lame.
Okay. Okay.
What I forget what you recently cheated on me for. That I was like, seriously?
What the heck, Nate?
I can't wait for the
You're a
emails
cheater,
to just
bro.
come
You're a
pouring
cheater.
into Calvary.
Cheater.
No, it was us. It was
Sorry,
us.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. It was a trip before that.
Yeah.
I was really sad.
I don't.
Oh, you also go to Angel games without me, so you do all kinds of fun
Okay,
stuff without me.
but that's more like cheating on me, okay? Because he actually texted me photos from the Angels
I did.
game
With the Silver
Mike Trout
Slugger, Mike Trout bobblehead.
and he was there with Neil.
Which,
Ugh.
to be fair,
Neil!
to be fair,
Neil!
to be fair, I realized that
Yankees fan Neil!
I realized that I don't keep like souvenirs or memorabilia, if you want that silver slugger trout thing, you can have it.
It's okay. I don't even.
Wow.
It's not like I have a collection of bobbleheads.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, I'll give it to you then.
No, I don't want yours. I want Neil's because he doesn't deserve it because he's a Yankees fan.
It's true.
What a jerk.
Did the Angels end up winning last night against the Yankees?
No, we lost again by 1 run.
They were up 5-1.
I know, and they came all the way back, and we gave up a run in the top of the ninth, and Cody Allen was basically dismissed from the closer role because he's terrible. I don't want to talk about
The Angels are just terrible.
We are.
We're just horrible.
We really are. Trouty had that. Did you see that catch Trouty had?
Yeah.
Oh,
Everyone thought it was
gosh.
Mike Scioscia, but it's not.
It's not. We lost 6-5.
We just suck.
Yep. So
it's because
So
you know
have
what?
you had any real questions for
No.
Chuck Perry?
Actually, we've
talking?
gotten a handful, but half of them have been Avenger questions. Half of them are actually really dark, sad questions, and I'm like, I just want to talk about Avengers.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
So people are chiming in though on this, and somebody said, I truly can't stand when my husband movie cheats on me, and if he cheated on me with Endgame, it would be a game changer in our marriage.
Wow, are you serious?
Wow. My wife television show cheated on me.
Really?
Yeah, she so we were going to try to watch Breaking Bad. We watched 1 episode and she said
We didn't even finish the series.
she
Let
said
Nate talk, Janae.
she said that she didn't think we should watch it.
Oh.
Because it was too dark.
game changer.
Now, we had watched, keep in mind, up to that point, a lot of dark shows.
Right.
Gosh, man.
Like, we're talking Sons of Anarchy,
Oh, yeah.
Dexter.
Gosh. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, like, so I was like, all right, whatever, that's fine. I go out of town. She binge watches the whole first season without me.
I didn't. I binge watched 4
The whole
episodes.
first season. No, the
Four.
whole first season. And I got back and she was like, hey, so I watched Breaking Bad. And like, I'll rewatch them with you if you want to and we can keep watching. I was like, no, I'm done. I don't want to watch the show now. So I've still to this day never seen Breaking Bad because she show cheated on me with Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and that was nothing. And you want to cheat on me for Endgame. That shows you the magnitude.
Why don't you let him go and watch
It does
Endgame?
show the magnitude of how much you are just controlling and squeezing the joy out of him because you don't want him to enjoy a film with friends because
That's
you
not
are
good.
selfish.
Oh, he can enjoy it with his friends just after I enjoy it with him.
Wow.
He can go a second time.
Man.
And a third time.
Bye-bye now.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I guess we now know who wears
The thing
pants,
is, I know
so.
myself, and I will probably look at the spoilers before because I just want to know what happens.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Okay, whatever. Never mind. So many people are siding with Nate on this one and say that you just need to be a submissive wife and let him go.
Submissive wife. Did somebody really say that?
I mean, not in that regard, really.
That was Steve-O's words?
Maybe.
That was Steve-O's
I might have added some
interpretation?
things, but people are saying,
might
come
have
on,
added
Janae, let Nate go see the movie. And somebody else said, I got to side with Steve on this. He's got to watch this movie.
He's got to watch this.
Anyways.
He's got to watch it. You're right.
Yep.
He does.
There are so many. There's so
Hey,
many
hold
married
on.
couples
Hold on.
chiming in on this.
Wait, hold on.
Right
Can
now,
I
it's
add?
amazing.
Can I add another layer to it? Janae, what are you?
no.
What are you doing that you're not going to be here? Are you on like a work trip? Where are you going to be at?
'cause
That
you're gonna
makes
be
me
out
not.
of town.
Yeah. Where
yeah.
Where are you going to be?
Well, you see, about 9 months ago, my mom reached out and she begged me to be a part of this mother-daughter thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to ask my husband, honey, what are you saying? Do you want me to do this mother-daughter thing? And she was begging and like teary about it. And so I am committed to it. And so I'm going to Stagecoach. However, the reason
What
I'm
is
going is for
Stagecoach?
the
What is
mother-daughter
Stagecoach?
thing.
What is
Is that
Stagecoach?
like Coachella for moms? Like, what is
Yes.
No, she's going to a
Coachella.
country music festival in Palm Springs.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay. If you don't go to Avengers this weekend, I'm unfriending you. Janae, he's going to Avengers. Get over it. Have fun
He
watching
needs to get
Toby
over
Keith.
Ooh.
It's gonna happen. Moving on. Next question.
I actually am over it. I just think it's kind of funny.
Yeah. No.
All right, well, good
right.
talking to you.
Enjoy Brooks and Dunn.
you want.
Have a blast.
Boy, I love you so much. You do whatever you want.
No, I'm not going to.
He won't cheat.
I actually didn't even possibly even think about doing it. I just when we
He
came in and
didn't.
started
I'm
having this
devil's
conversation,
advocate.
it just
I'm-
became really funny.
I'm that friend. I'm pushing him to the edge, bro. I just want to see how close he can get.
Yeah, see, you're the devil.
This is why we don't
You're
hang out
tempting him.
anymore. Yep.
That's not good.
At least I'm not like a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm just a wolf.
Jeez,
so
bro.
at least you know.
Right.
At least you know I want him to.
Oh.
I want him to see this movie. I want him to have joy in his life.
He
All
has
right.
so much joy.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm just gonna watch a bunch of other things that you don't care as much about.
That's cool. There we go.
All
right.
We gotta go to break.
Yeah. Thanks for calling us.
Bye, Janae.
Sorry.
Oh, you're welcome.
Sorry for ruining Nate's life.
Bye.
I'm sorry. Bye.
Yeah, you should be. Okay.
Janae Heitzig, Nate's wife.
You know what the funny thing is? There were so many wives on Janae's side right up until Stagecoach, and now they're like, nope, changed my mind. Nate, you go see that movie.
Dude, Netflix cheating is a real thing, man.
I'm home alone with the kids from tonight until Monday.
What else are you gonna do?
Come on! We'll find a babysitter, bro.
All right, we got to take a break at Chuck Therapy Live. We know we got a lot of questions to get to, some serious questions.
We really
But
do,
that was
guys.
the best quarter of show we've ever had.
Ever. Because there was more response from husbands and wives who were actually dealing with this. So
real life stuff. Man.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. Hang on.
Skip Heitzig hits us with a hot spot about the importance of the home.
It's the heart and soul of any society. All societies were built on the home. And if the home gets destroyed, you are effectively undermining society.
Hotspot. Are you building up your home on the rock?
One overarching area that Christians struggle with the most happens to be in the home. And because they don't know the clear understanding of God's blueprint, they look for answers in the unbelieving world.
Want more from Skip? Visit connectwithskip.com.
So the home was God's idea. Marriage was God's idea. The family was God's idea. Society was God's idea. In fact, love was God's idea.
Increase your Bible knowledge with Skip's reading plans. Search for Skip Heitzig in the YouVersion Bible app.
If it was man's invention, then he can nullify it, he can redefine it all he wants. But because it was God's idea, it is subject to God's principles.
Hotspot.
Pastor Jack Graham and a Star 88 Supernova.
If we were living full throttle for Christ in our world, we would be making a much bigger difference in our culture. Because when you read your New Testament, when you read your Bible, you discover that the church, though it was small and fledgling at the beginning, turned the world upside down. I mean, they didn't have what we have today. They didn't have the technology. Our ministry, we're heard on radio and television and seen in the internet and listened to in the internet all across the country, 78 countries as well. These amazing tools that we have, and I'm so grateful for them. But sometimes I look at what we have, what we have been given, and I realize that we must be faithful, for to whom much is given, much is required.
Catch Pastor Jack Graham, PowerPoint, broadcast weekdays at 10:30 a.m. on our sister station, KNKT.
Cause we are strangers in the night, and we will take you far, and we'll shoot across the stars. This is who we are. Cause this is who we are.
Back inside my head, you know this mission is impossible. Tell them we were dead, but me and Anthony unstoppable. Things are getting clearer like a brand new pair of opticals. Things are getting better, mediocre isn't optional. Lately been living like we the best. I'm trying to get up together and tell them that we up next. I'm dropping it like Obama did, falling out of his desk. And if you have a problem with it, then finish and let us flex.
Cause we are strangers in the night, and we will take you far, and we'll shoot across the stars. Cause this is who we are. This is who we are. Cause this is who we are. This is who we are.
You can go and tell me that I got it like I never did. I just need to tell myself that everything's irrelevant. I've been living under the pressure like it's an elephant. People come and pointing their pistols like it's a skeleton. Get it? all the time. Let me get it like it's mine. Whoa, I guess I got my feeling. I'm skrilling to hide my feelings and feeling like I was killing the million and all these dealings. You hoping I get my moment. I'm focused above the ceilings.
They can tell us where to go. Your love is all we need. We are set apart and free, and now we make our mark. 'Cause we are strangers in the night. We will take you far, and we'll shoot across the stars. 'Cause this is who we are.
Ace and Brady.
Dude, that totally tricked me. I thought it was ending. The song was ending, and then it went back in.
9:24.
High today of 78 degrees.
What was that again?
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O on Star 88.
Shock Therapy Live.
All right, everybody, welcome to Shock Therapy Live.
What is this? Like a Latin dance party or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. Phone lines are open if you'd like to call us, 505-338-3700. And we got a lot of people emailing, texting in questions.
I cannot believe the response we got from you possibly movie cheating on your
Right?
wife. So many couples are like, dude, this is a real problem in my relationship.
It shouldn't be. If it is, you guys, like, there's some deeper issues there. My wife and I do it jokingly. Honestly, I don't think at the end of the day she would really care if I went. Maybe she would genuinely care, but I wouldn't even really think about going and watching that without her personally.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I would. I do. Yeah. There was a movie that came out when I was at New York Comic Con in New York that weekend, and I was like, I think I'm going to go see that in New York.
That's different.
Yeah. Because there are certain movies. I mean, you guys, clearly, I'm a nerd. I wore specifically a Guardians of the Galaxy t-shirt that Marvel gave me.
Now, I think this is part of the reason why. This is why I genuinely wouldn't do that and cheat on my wife for this movie.
Yeah.
We've spent the past month binge watching
Yeah.
all the Marvel
No, that's
movies
true.
in preparation
Same
for
with-
Avengers
same with the
Endgame.
Jeter crew.
And I wouldn't
Yeah.
punk her like that.
Yeah, that's true. See, that's different.
So, and I do. I love her more than I love Avengers. So,
I won't go that far in my life, but I will say, like,
that's true. You
It's
don't have a
like-
picture of Chrissy tattooed on your body.
I don't.
But you do have a bunch of comics.
I do. And so
I
it's
think
like-
you need to give some fair playing time to your family.
No, it was Chrissy, but then Chris Evans in the last Avengers was Bearded Cap. And Bearded Cap, it was like next level Cap. And so it's like, oh, I love you. But like Bearded Cap is my jam. Love Bearded Cap.
It's good.
Yeah, I was sad that he shaved it for this movie. Well, actually, we don't know that because they're saying that like the trailers could all be a lie. I'm so excited.
It's also true.
I'm seeing it at 6 p.m. tonight. I'm going to screenshot the ending for you.
Please do that.
Okay, do we want to do a serious question? Because we've got a few.
Sure. Sure.
Question for Shock Therapy Live. By the way, if you have little ones listening, this question's a little more mature. And so
Yeah.
I wanted, it is Shock Therapy Live. I mean, you should know by now, but if you don't, if you're new to the program, this is a pretty intense
It's
show.
bad. This question's gonna get messy.
Yeah.
So do not like.
No
if
pun
you no pun intended. But if you do not want your kids to hear about things that go bump in the night, then turn the radio off right now.
What?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Okay, question for Shock Therapy Live.
Goose frabba.
How do you maintain? Gosh,
Hold
dang
it together.
How do you maintain motivation in fighting sin that you've been fighting for years? This is a good question. I've struggled with lust, pornographic material, and masturbation for years. Sometimes I find freedom from it for longer periods of time, then it comes back really regularly. It's like I'm two different people, one who wants nothing more than to be free from this, and the other that wants nothing more than the sin. It's really difficult not to feel like resisting is pointless because I'm just going to screw up again no matter what I do. So, how do I maintain motivation and desire for purity in this type of situation?
How do you maintain motivation? What I would say is radical transparency and accountability. That's what I would say. you need to, your brain has been programmed into a way where when you feel the temptation to fall into this sin, most likely, based on just what I'm hearing the question, you hide it and you try to fight it yourself, and you end up failing and you end up falling into it. And then you'll go a long time where you're okay, you're fine, and then you fall into it again. Radical transparent accountability means the second the thought even comes into your head, you call a friend, you call somebody who knows your past, knows your history, and you say, hey, bro, like not upfront, like, hey, so how you doing? And when you like skirt around, just like your bro calling, you call your friend, you say, hey, I really want to masturbate right now. I really want to look at porn. Please talk to me, pray with me, or let's go hang out. Let's go to a coffee shop. That is radical, transparent accountability. That's really what you need. If you have that, then you're going to begin to reprogram your brain that when you feel this temptation, your first response isn't to give into it. Your first response is to call somebody and seek help and guidance on it. That will begin to rewire those synapses in your brain. That will begin to help you conquer this sin more frequently and more regularly, and it will help you get to the next level in your besting of that.
You want to jump over here? Because I got to go.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Sorry,
I'm
guys.
like, what are you
Steve
trying
was just
to
looking
do?
at him like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, you want to say something about this?
See you, buddy. Love you, man.
Bye. Love you. See you later, alligators.
Had a joke in there. I'm so glad I didn't say it. Okay.
Yeah.
Well said, buddy.
So that's my thought.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's a good thought. Now I have to figure out what I'm doing over here on this microphone. Because,
Well, let's just talk about this for a little bit longer.
Yeah. Why not?
What are your thoughts?
No, dude, I 150,000% agree with you. So,
Because you're a guy in a comic book t-shirt with a bunch of comic book tattoos, so it looks like you've struggled with this. So tell us about that. How old were you when you moved out of your mom's basement?
incredible. I freaking hate
You still like Mountain Dew?
Is this for the single gay Christian joke? You jerk.
What day of the week do you play with swords at the park?
It's called LARPing, bro, and it's a serious sport.
How many sides do the die in your pocket have?
I 150,000% agree with you. It's weird to say this, but I understand and also don't understand it because since we're all being transparent here,
Yeah.
this wasn't my struggle.
Yeah.
I never understood the pornography obsession because I didn't understand why you would want to watch other people. But that's because I have a very sinful sexual past in that I would just rather do it myself with others. And so in order for me to come to a place where I knew, oh man, God's not stoked on this, I had to find two friends because I knew, like, oh, if one wasn't available,
Yeah.
then there's my out. Oh,
For sure.
whoo! Thank you. I didn't.
And
all
guess
right, I was
what?
trying to confess and they didn't answer the phone, so I'm going to go.
And it shouldn't just
Get
be
down.
friends that live like in another state.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
And so I had multiple dude friends. Let me say that again. Dude friends, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be like, hey, girl, yeah, no, I'm just really struggling with wanting to have sex right now.
And by the way, you
Oh,
look
what are you-
really nice in that
Oh,
Instagram
you're-
photo you posted
yeah.
earlier.
Oh, yeah, we should get coffee. Yeah, no, totally in public to start. Yeah, that's a great idea, female. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
so,
bad idea.
Male, dude, accountability.
Unless your struggle and temptation tilts the other direction, then maybe don't.
You mean like if you're like same-sex
Yeah.
struggling? That's actually a really good point I've never thought about.
Yeah.
Wow, look at you. Yeah, never mind. Okay, gonna stay serious. That is really good advice, honestly. Somebody chimed in with that very thing, dealing with it, and that's the advice they would say as well.
Yeah.
Because it's and listen, fam, it's not just for men. Women, and it was something that, like, sadly, I would say in my teens, 20s, like, once I discovered that, oh, females struggle with this too, awesome. You know, like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. Well, now I know that there are people out there that want to get down like me. So this isn't a guy thing. This is a human thing. And so we need that accountability. We need those people in our life that we can call upon. We need that unshockable listener, which,
Yeah,
you know,
and
I
I
mean,
think,
that's-
again, that's where I say radical, transparent accountability,
Yeah.
though. I feel like a lot of people have accountability partners, and when they're struggling with sin, they just call this person up who is just one of their friends, and they just talk and not really talk about the sin. They're like, hey, so what's up, man? Oh, not much. I was just, thinking about you, figured I'd give you a call, and And they don't want to be radical transparent with that person. They just want to have that person like in their pocket to call. And then when they get off the phone, they're like, well, I tried, but it didn't work.
Still feeling it.
Yeah. You got to be radically transparent with that accountability partner. Say, man, I'm really struggling with this right now. I really want to do this. Like, what should I do?
Mm-hmm.
And if that accountability partner is worth their salt, they're going to give you some good counsel and probably even say, hey, let's go hang out. Let's go ride mountain bikes. Let's go take a walk. Let's go do something. They're going to be there for you.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. I know we got to take a break. People are chiming in asking questions like, where did Dex go? What just happened?
He went to go see Avengers Endgame.
Exactly. Yeah, dude.
Jerk.
He didn't want to wait. This is what happens when your insurance renews and you're like, oh, this is the only time I can
Follow
get a dentist
Star
appointment, and I
88
care about my
on
teeth.
Instagram. He'll be Instagramming spoilers throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. So there you go. Hey, the phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. I haven't said that in forever. I get to say the phone number. You can also text into the show, 505-585-LIVE. That's 505-585-5483.
You know what I just realized? I'm always on YouTube, just kind of a ghost.
Yeah.
Like they hear my voice, but they never see me.
Yeah.
I'm just a ghost.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Especially since I was like literally just on YouTube alone talking about masturbating. So that's kind of odd.
You're by yourself in front of a computer screen, so what does that say?
Gosh! I guess we're going to try and get through the rest of the show without getting fired.
So I'm the voice of God. Steve-O, don't do it.
Thanks, God. I won't.
Boom. That's how easy it is.
Exactly. See?
All right.
Problem solved.
Go to a break.
All right.
On Star 88, Robert Morris brings us this PowerPoint.
We talk about the perseverance of the saints, but I would like to talk about the preservation of the saints. This is different. 3 times, twice in the Psalms, once in Proverbs. This is where we get it, and I think we mix it up and we say the perseverance of the saints, but it's really the preservation. 3 times, twice in Psalms, once in Proverbs, God says, I preserve the souls of my saints. That makes me feel good because it's not my stinking power, it's his staying power. It's God who preserves my soul forever. I'm going to live forever because of Jesus Christ now. So it's a symbolic of eternity. I was sharing this with Debbie, and I said salt, and you know what salt symbolizes in the Bible? She said, I don't have any clue. I said it's eternity. It symbolizes eternity.
A PowerPoint with Robert Morris. This is Star 88.
The After's Every Good Thing right here on Star 88, 9:39.
Boom. Am I supposed to say something now that Dex is gone?
Yeah, I'm Dex and you're Steve-O.
So what do I say? High of 72.5?
The Morning Invasion with Dex and Steve-O.
That's essentially it. That's
Yeah.
essentially
I just
all
don't
you
know
had
what
to
the
do.
high is.
I think it's 78. Welcome. It is Shock Therapy Live. Dude, it's like old school STL.
Dude, this is, I feel a lot more pressure now. Even though Dex really only played funny clips
Yeah.
during this show, I just feel a lot more pressure now.
Why?
Because now I feel like you have to play funny clips and ask questions.
Yeah. I mean, I did have to like bring up all the different tabs for the live line and everything else because it's like, oh yeah, I'm doing it all right now.
Yeah.
But this is how we
This
started
is old
the show.
school. Yeah. When Dex used to listen.
Yeah. Whoa. Weird. That just took a strange turn.
Right?
Yeah. You and I have been doing the show for so long. For those that are just joining us, maybe you're new to Star 88 or the Morning Invasion. So 9 o'clock hour every Thursday, we do Shock Therapy Live. It's because Pastor Nate and I, years back, were like, dude, what's going on with culture? And why does everything suck?
Yeah.
And why aren't we as Christians talking about it? Because it's happening to Christians too, because we're human beings. And we wanted a space where we could be unshockable listeners.
What year did we start that show?
Dex and I have been doing the show for almost 4 years.
And we started the show even before Teo was here.
Yeah.
It was literally just you and I.
On a Sunday night after church.
It was before I was even the boss.
It was. I know.
I've been more committed to this than most things in my life.
Including your marriage.
I've been married
That's
longer.
a joke. That's a joke. It's
think I've
because
been
the
married
Avengers Endgame thing.
I think I've been married longer.
Then
we've
Shock
done
Therapy
the
Live?
show?
Well, yeah, that's why we started it, because we're like, hey, we're real questions. Let's project them onto listeners.
It's good.
That's
all
how
about
ministry
that.
is, right?
Totally.
Usually if a pastor's talking about something, it's because he's dealing with it. Let's just
We've been
be
doing it for
real.
a long time.
I
I don't even know when. I couldn't even tell you when we started this show.
I honestly want to say way back when it was static radio, which
No, it
was
was.
2011, 12.
Yeah.
Mine
Like 8 years.
blown. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's good.
You and I, man, been talking about
You're my
drugs
radio
and
wife.
drinking and self-pleasure and all them things.
We like stem cell research.
I will say, I was going to say, I will say what's interesting about
Joel
it
Osteen?
is, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
It's weird to see the shift in culture because it's like things change but are the same. Like the lust question was,
Yeah.
it's like I remember
Ever
those.
since like the first day, we've had questions about masturbation.
Yep.
And marijuana.
Well, no, remember when we first started, it was drinking.
Yeah.
And then it shifted to marijuana as Colorado because it wasn't legal in Colorado yet. That's how long we've been doing the
Wow.
show.
It
So
was
it
like-
started with drinking. Is it okay for Christians
And
to
like
drink?
secular
And we
music.
were
Is
like,
it okay
"We're
for me to
drinking
listen
right
to
now."
secular music?
Yes. Right?
Those were the questions.
Those were the questions. And then we just dumbed down the Christian culture enough that now it's even worse.
Yeah.
We just made it worse.
So good. Dude, it's been a ride. It's been a ride.
It has been a ride.
I thought they should get us a
Slowly
medal. We
burning
should get
it
a
to
prize.
the ground. Yeah.
This has lasted longer than any of the iterations of your morning
Of
show.
anything. This is the longest, radio relationship ever.
Yeah.
And since we're declining our culture as Christians, it'll be a pint with our names embroidered on it.
Embroidered? How do you
Yeah,
embroider
whatever,
it? No, I want that now. That's what I want now. I want a pint glass with my name embroidered on it.
You know what? I'm gonna
Nothing
find
else
it.
will do.
It's just
Nothing
it's gonna be
else.
a patch that you
Nothing
just
else will
glue
do.
onto
Nope,
it.
you said embroidered.
Embroidered
Not glued,
onto the actual
embroidered.
glass.
Yep.
If somebody knows how to do that, we will.
You
really
have to do it
accept
when
those.
the glass is still like cooling, and when it's like melty, you gotta
Yeah.
poke it with a needle.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, we want to get into some questions. We've got some real questions still. Phone lines, of course, are open 338-3700 if you want to call into the show. We've got about 15 minutes left to show. And we got some questions on the live line as well. 505-585-LIVE if you'd like to text into the show, because I know sometimes they can be sensitive and you don't necessarily want to have to call in for them, but the text line is a great way to do that. That's 505-585-5483. Question for Shock Therapy Live. Is there a borderline to lusting after your wife?
A borderline?
Yeah, my wife has been kicking butt in the gym, and I tend to look at her and
You go, girl.
and enjoy. But I catch myself lusting after her, and I don't know if there's a point where it's not healthy.
I think it's good to lust after your wife. I think it's good to look at your wife and want her and desire her sexually and desire her in bed. I think it's good to look at your wife and say, dang, girl, you're looking sexy. I think that's good. And I do it daily with my wife. I think
there a borderline?
I think the borderline is if it leads you to start lusting in other things.
Okay.
So the eyes are a tricky thing. And if the eye causes you to sin, pluck it out. So if you find that the lust after your wife is leading you to, like, let's say if you guys, this is where it can be dangerous. If you don't have a healthy sex life where you lust after your wife and then you guys enjoy one another, if you don't have that healthy sex life, it can lead to sexual frustration where you look at her, you're turned on, you're lusting after her. If you don't have a healthy sex life, that can cause you to have sexual frustration and then lust after other things and your eyes to wander and want other things as well. So I think it's super healthy if you have a good, healthy sex life.
So here's a question on that, because as you mentioned, so what if this husband and wife, what if they don't have a healthy sex life? So he's lusting after his wife, but it turns into, because I know couples where it's like, well, if my wife's out of town, she sends me photos or videos, and like, you know, couples have different things that they do or whatever. But what if it comes a point where that was the relationship and now it's, you know, it's not that relationship, or they're not having a healthy marriage.
Yeah.
And he's masturbating, thinking about his wife, but it's like, it's become a thing where that's where he finds his pleasure.
Well, I think the
Is
answer.
that sinful?
I think the answer to that isn't to try to get him to stop looking at his wife, with sexual enjoyment, looking at her
Trying to get his wife on board.
I think the answer to that is developing a healthy sex life.
Yeah.
The unhealthy response would be like, oh man, I need to stop looking at my wife and being turned on. That's not healthy in a relationship. You don't want to reach that place in your relationship. You want to cultivate a attraction and a sexual passion for your wife. So I think the answer to that, if it went to that way, is to go to a counselor and develop a healthy sex life, not to stop being turned on by your wife.
Yeah. Man, people are chiming in, and it's like, you know, Paul said, if it's your wife, it's not lust. Albert said, isn't that the point of having your wife, though? No rules to break. You just enjoy your wife, and the other way around.
I think, again,
I'm like, we got to be careful with that, because I don't think that's the point of your wife. I don't think you're necessarily saying that, Albert, but I do think there are some men who believe, like, yes, she is my sexual playground.
Yeah,
I'm married now.
It's when the Bible talks about sex between a man and a wife, the husband's duty and the wife's duty is to fulfill and to serve one another in that sexual relationship.
Yep.
It's not a one-sided thing. So if sex ever becomes a selfish thing, that's a huge problem.
Yeah.
And the Bible talks about constantly denying self, not gratifying self, taking up your cross and following Christ. So sex should never be rooted out of a place of self-gratification. I need this, I need this, I need this. Oh, I'm just so horny. I need to have sex. Or if you don't send me a photo because you've been gone for a week, then I don't know what's going to happen. No, that's not biblical.
Yeah, that sounds like manipulation.
That's self-gratification, and that's rooted in a heart of sin.
Yeah.
Now, I think that there can be mutual gratification in things like Skype or FaceTime, or even sending photos to one another. I know there's people who have jobs that take them for long distances away, and I think it's actually healthy to cultivate a sexual relationship in our modern day and age if you're gone for a long time, because you can actually keep one another from sin in that aspect, in that area. Part of a wife's job and a husband's job is to protect their husband and wife from sin, and part of that is protecting them from visual temptation.
Yeah.
And so I don't think there's anything wrong with that if both parties agree. I think if the wife doesn't know and the husband's just like masturbating to thoughts of her and she doesn't know, that's creepy and wrong. I think as long as both of the husband and wife are in agreement on what they're doing with one another, whether that's in the bed or whether that's via Skype or FaceTime or via photos, if they're both in agreement, full agreement on that, then I think that the marriage bed is undefiled. But I think when you start to do things without the other person knowing, even if you say, well, it's just to pictures of my wife or it's just to, thoughts of my wife, that's wrong, because that's rooted really in self-gratification, not in mutual gratification of one another.
Gosh, this is such a difficult subject to tackle. So many people are chiming in right now. Somebody chimed in and said, I lusted after my wife. We didn't have sex a whole lot. I used to be very sexually frustrated with my ex-wife, and it led me to fall back into pornography. Our sex life was terrible, and it just caused me to fall back into sin. And so I think
the answer to
these
that, though,
things
is
need to be
cultivating a relationship
Yes.
and a sex life with your wife.
No, okay, but here's the thing. I will say this.
Because if you follow the idea that it's wrong to lust after your wife to its logical conclusion, then our goal should be to try to find the ugliest people possible to get married to, because we're never going to lust after them or desire to have sex with them. That's not healthy either.
Right.
The
right.
answer is to develop a healthy relationship and a healthy sex life.
Yeah. Now, because
and guess what? That happens not through physical intimacy. Usually it happens through emotional intimacy.
Right.
You want to have a good sex life with your wife? Start pouring into her emotionally. You want to have good orgasms? Then start having good conversations.
I'm going to write a book called that.
Go for it. Just give me like half of all the proceeds.
I mean, 42%.
Okay, fine. I'll take it.
We have people chime in though, and it's like, dude, I feel for some of these couples, because there's dudes chiming in going, but what if your wife's just not a sexual creature? Like, you get married and she's just not into it.
Intimacy is cultivated both sexually and emotionally. Men can't use that excuse and say, well, I'm just not an emotional creature, so I don't ever want to talk to you.
No.
I don't ever want to have an emotional conversation with you because I'm just not an emotional person.
Right.
No, that's a cop-out. You develop intimacy. Intimacy that doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Right.
And I've actually known a lot of people who might not have started out as sexual creatures, but as the intimacy was cultivated in their relationship and marriage, it became a very sexually and emotionally intimate relationship.
Yeah.
It's a cop-out to say that's just not how I was wired. That's a cop-out. And it's a cop-out on both sides. Guys, even if you're not, I'm not an emotional person. I am like, so if, I freaking hate the Enneagram, but if you put Enneagram, like I'm a hard 8 in the Enneagram. And like, I have no emotion. I'm not an emotional person, but I don't get to use that card with my wife and say, sorry, babe, God just didn't wire me to not, I just don't want to have conversations. I just don't like to talk. So don't talk to me about your problems. The same is true in relationship. You can't just say, well, God just didn't wire me to, want to have sex. So we just don't have sex because that's just not how God wired me. No, that's a cop-out. God has called you in a marriage to be intimate, relationally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically and sexually. Yeah. And so within that relationship, you strive for that. And the answer to these issues isn't to just, stop being attracted to your wife or stop having conversations with your husband. The answer is to develop a healthy relationship, to develop intimacy.
Man, there we go. Phone lines are open, 505-338-3700. That's 338-3700. We got a few minutes left of the show. If you want to call into the program, you can also text the live line, 505-585-LIVE. Albert's like, I should have clarified. I'd meant like one of the reasons, yes, that I don't mean, yeah, we know. That's good, though. Thanks for clarifying.
Thanks, Albert.
Yeah, Albert. 505-585-5483. We actually did it. We got through it, man.
Dude. And it actually turned out to be both a fun and funny show and also a really good show. We tackled a few tough questions, a few good questions. We talked about Avengers.
Mm-hmm. We also had another question we never got to, speaking of Avengers. How does Spider-Man stick to walls when wearing sneakers? Because if you put sneakers on a spider and then throw the spider against a wall, spider doesn't stick.
That's a good point.
I know. I don't know. I have no answer to that.
Why don't you ask the writers of this fictional superhero, the fictional universe in which he exists? I'm sure they'll come up with an answer.
See, somebody's chiming back in on this topic and said, here's a question though. Because when we were young, my wife and I, it was great. But once we had kids, it just seemed to me she stopped caring for me at all. All of her energy and effort went to the kids. I used to talk to her all the time about it. It never changed. She was very disconnected from me. It was nearly impossible to get her to talk to me in general. She ended up cheating on me several times. That's how our relationship ended.
So that's how you know it's a cop-out.
Okay.
That's how you know for her it's a cop-out. Because it really wasn't the kids. She had sexual attraction to other men.
Yeah.
So if it was just like, sorry, I just don't desire sex anymore, then that would be sex with anybody. But she had an affair on him, had sex with other people. So that's how you know, again, it's a cop-out. We love to make excuses for not fulfilling our role in marriage. We love to do it. And we've come up with crappy, dumb excuses all the time.
Yeah.
That's a crappy, dumb excuse. The answer to that question is develop a strong relational intimacy. Start seeing a counselor when things are good. Learn how to pursue one another when the times are good, not just when they're bad. Learn how to speak one another's love language. Learn how to develop that intimacy within your relationship in the good times, and then it will persevere in the bad times.
Yeah.
Part of that is physiological. That's a common thing when people have kids, for things to cool down a little bit. But it doesn't mean that it has to. You can still pursue intimacy. You can still pursue relationship, and it can still be good. So what I always encourage couples to do is go talk to a counselor. Go talk to someone when the times are good. Do preventative maintenance, just like a car. You don't just take a car in when, the engine's exploded. You get routine oil changes because you want to keep your car running well. Do the same with your marriage. Your marriage is one of the most valuable things God has given you. Invest into it. Pour into it. Do routine maintenance on it on a regular basis in the good and the bad times, and you're going to see that relational, physical, sexual, spiritual intimacy is going to flourish.
Man, heavy show, man. They said I had a tough time post-divorce, not so much about the ex, but missing being a part of family. I miss seeing my kids every day. Thought I could handle the loneliness, but it's harder than I thought. Getting through it thanks to worship, church, and the Lord. I cried at church last night. Skip's message was powerful. Worship was too. Dang, you guys got me thinking more than I wanted to today. So there you go. I mean, it's Shock Therapy Live. Sorry, not sorry. I hope that it helps, and I hope that there's healing, and I hope, man, that you're able to get through.
We have a phone call.
We do.
We had a phone call.
Oh, man. See?
Till you broke everything.
We have the phone call. I'm sorry. I'm I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay.
Dex abandoned
if
ship.
You have like a minute to call. If you call back in 1 minute, we'll answer your phone call. And then we'll hang up really quick.
Yes. 338-3700, the phone number. That's 505-338-3700.
With the time delay, they're going to hear this when we're done with the show.
Oh, that's right.
You know, it is what it is. Life sucks. Sorry.
Oh, Rosalind chimed in to say women also should understand their children are not above their husbands. Children grow and leave the nest. Your husband is there until you die. So it is important to always pour into that.
Unless he dies first.
Never mind. Yeah.
That just took a dark spin.
That is no, I'm thinking about it. It's like, that's the hope, but sadly, far too often.
You go like Romeo and Juliet and die in each other's arms, which is just creepy.
Or one or the other just gets fed up because they can't wait until the kids are 18 or 20 to fix it all. And they're like, I'm out.
Yeah.
I've seen that too often. So thanks for the chiming in, Rosalind, the dudes, everybody who brought the questions this morning. Most importantly, the questions about Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
I'll be there at 6 p.m. Final question
what theater
for
are you.
you. Windrock IMAX.
Nice.
Right in the middle.
How long ago did you buy those tickets?
Like 2 seconds after they went on sale, we were on the show, and like the alert came through, like, in-game tickets on sale, and Dex was trying to talk to me, and I was like, no talkie! Trying to! And I got him before, like, the chaos ensued.
You said you had one more question?
Yeah, Trish chimed in and said, real question, Nate. What would you do if someone just happened to gift you a ticket to Endgame? Would you refuse?
Well, that's a fictional scenario. I would have to be in the scenario to find out what happened.
What if that's what they're saying is they have a ticket for you?
Is that literally what they're saying?
Mean, possibly.
I don't know. That's not what I heard. I just heard what if. I haven't heard an actual offer yet.
But it was like real question, bro.
It's a hard question.
It is.
It's a very, very difficult question.
And we'll let you know on Monday if he saw it or not, because he's going to go see it. I'm not going to go see it, bro. Just go see it. Just go see it. Don't cheat on your wife. Dang it, don't cheat on your wife.
We had like good music playing, and then it just like got super serious.
I know, because I just felt bad, and I wanted to make sure people knew. Like, don't cheat on your wife, guys.
Don't movie cheat on your wife.
Yeah. There you go.
Especially if a girl named Trish offers you a ticket to go to Endgame with her. Multiple reasons that's not going to happen.
That's it for us. If you missed any part of the show, grab the podcast star at 8.fm. We out? Yeah?
We out.
All right.
We out.
Hi, it's Dex. We want you to share your star story. How has Star 88 and the morning invasion impacted your life?
Hey, so I used to listen to you guys when I was in prison every single morning from 6 a.m. till 10 a.m. And it changed my life. So I just wanted to give you guys a call. I'm out now. I've been out for a while